last time.
This is a foreplay.
Hippo.
Yeah, I'd
D&D
fight a
foreplay.
hippo instead of a chicken for sure.
Throw hands
I'll
to
go
it.
to your funeral.
It's your funeral.
I'm living in like New York City,
Oh, there's my good roll for the night.
and like you have to get from here to downtown, and like all these chickens keep fucking spawning because of your ass, and like
Why is it like? It's anytime someone gets inside
no,
the car.
no, you have to keep in and out of a car because who has a car in New York? Like, I think How I Met Your Mother was that was like the biggest thing. Why do you have a car in New York?
Yeah.
Like
So true though.
It was like then.
San
What-
Francisco.
San Francisco, yeah.
I can imagine. Why do you have a car? It's just
It's
let someone else have that problem.
costs way too much money. Parking is way too rare.
Oh yeah, I can agree. I can imagine.
I was about to make a heroin joke when it comes to having a problem. Because San Francisco.
San
Problem.
Francisco also has them people shitting on the street, but we got everything.
Yep.
For whatever reason,
everything.
people want to go
Same.
visit.
We got everything.
All right,
And
welcome.
I
list.
complain.
Recap.
Last time. Last time.
Last time on WildeMount Session.
The Frigid Six Mafia, born and raised, were instructed to get a specific chest for our red tiefling friend, whose name I think we would remember by now every single time. He's only been here since the beginning of the campaign, and I think I've written him down about
Trevendi?
a dozen times.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Trevendi.
someone did.
Yeah.
I
I've
think
heard it
written
enough
down.
times where it just stuck.
I've written it down like a dozen times too. Is the funny part.
It's on like
Asked
60
us to pick
pages.
up a special chest as we are making our way along the eastern coast of WildeMount. We made our way, picked up the chest, and headed our way down to Rashona, where then we would drop it off as well. No, yes, wrong, yes, no, drop it off.
Oh,
Take chest to Rashona, drop off
Yeah, that's
at
what I thought.
the vendor in Rashona.
Yeah.
Dog.
And make
Yes, we
our way
did.
down on our way for searching with Anavir's mother, who we found in the Graying Wildlands, as well as meet up with the head Kryn regarding these underlying issues, as well as our dinner that we have been planned to attend.
it's not a dinner.
It's kind of a dinner. It's dinner-like. I'm gonna say it's a dinner.
There's always going to be a dinner at those type
I'd
of
say
events.
It's
Let's
the
say it's a dinner.
policeman's ball.
They don't
Kind
have
of.
any. Anyway, on our trip down to Rashona, flying on our massive Wyvern airship, Saren contacts Marion regarding anything we would need in the city of Rashona. He kind of briefly mentions to meet up with the Bright Queen, so on and such forth, and it was kind of pretty minimal stuff. Anavir and I search for any contracted jobs as we have this week's time in between now and the set meet date with the head of the Kryn. We've gone to multiple different shops, maybe upgrades to some of our magical items, as well as search of more magical items. Anavir and I found two jobs. One is killing this giant bird-like creature out in the Ghost Lands. Another one is investigating on the valley to the west, where they honestly have no idea.
We're clearing out of mines.
They
Not a
have
ton of
no
mine.
idea.
We're clearing out a valley.
Decided. Yeah, no. All right. We decided to head out to the Ghostlands and finally meet up with this bird entity that we were supposed to get rid of, kill, and bring back its head or its staff, and collect our reward. We engaged the bird, and as our some of our higher end speaking people walk up to it and decide to talk to it, we discuss that the bird has no problem with the city, and as long as he's not getting attacked by the city, he honestly doesn't care. He's just trying to go and get his revenge on the Raven Queen in the
Live
next
his best
52
life.
days. He's gonna teleport to her domain and try to take care of that. We tell him our situation with the Kryn, and as long as he's willing to not interact or have any negative interactions with the Kryn, as well as them with him, we will be more than happy to leave him on his way. And he accepts. We were able to part with his staff to show as a form of basically of us having some interaction with the bird, and not
Evidence.
as well as evidence of the interaction. We make back to Roshona, and we talk to the captain regarding what happened and everything like that, and we were granted an extra 1,500 platinum or gold worth of platinum pieces on top of our
Made bank.
10,000 for our glorious work that we did. And that is where our characters left off. We are currently getting ready to prep for our trip to the west, to the valley, and find what's going on out there.
Oh,
as we
that's
have
right.
time.
Yeah, I got a reminder for you.
Okay.
The reminder being is that you are doing a short rest on like an extra
Yes.
phantom steed that I cast for you.
Dude, I have a magic blanket I can just take a nap on.
Okay. You have to guide it though, right?
I think I can just tell it to follow you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
The last thing I remembered was like, oh,
yeah,
do
it'll
this.
move according to my spoken directions.
You fall asleep, just starts doing one
And
of
this
these.
cart goes. Keeps
Like,
going.
right, right.
Hey, follow them. All right. There's Reinhardt just asleep on a carpet.
Probably.
It'd be a shame if you sleep talk.
Who would
Left.
be? Left.
Hey guys, sorry, I got my delivery of my cat.
Reinhardt just says, I want to go home and sleep that way.
Wake up 2 hours later. Fuck am I?
Or you tell it to do a friggin' a roll.
You meet Thursday. You're back.
Yeah.
Somehow
Yeah,
made it
somewhere.
to the
Somehow I
abyss.
traversed planes. What kind of magic carpet is this?
I fell down a well.
First flight got canceled.
Alrighty.
I'm sorry, Traverse Plains.
Well, what time of day is it at this point?
It's, I think we've said as well, noon time? Not quite midday.
There we go.
When
now I can
you-
watch my cat tries to get out.
It was definitely
When
morning
you had
they left.
asked before leaving,
It's new.
your stay or you were staying, it was actually I believe you might have rested.
No, we talked with the group of Dragonborn
Mm-hmm.
from Talonstead, and then
The walk was easy, like 30 minutes.
my cat's in the box, so yeah. So then we walked. So then we walked to. She's trying to get out right now. We walked to go do the thing. We did the thing. Then we kind of took like an hour to watch. I think that's what you're thinking about, Chris. We took an hour like watching with the
No, it was something
bird
else.
person.
Mhm. It's at least been a
With
half
that,
hour.
then
in
it's
the
yeah, it's
walk,
been a
right?
few. It's been a few hours since you woke up. The only issue with it being difficult to tell is because just looking around, it's this ever-present night
Dark.
that surrounds the area.
Right.
Big one? Cat.
We had to make a stop. We had to go talk to the one guy. Bird.
Yeah, that's. And then we went back and grabbed the new thing and went out for that. Like, yeah.
All right. We could probably make our way heading out towards the valley
Yes.
then.
We now had to clear. Chris, could
Investigate
you? We had to investigate.
West Valley.
valley to the west regarding the disappearance of.
Multiple mercenary groups.
Yeah.
Did they say anything
They
about a
know.
cave?
No, they had just stated that they're looking to expand the Coronas into the more surrounding region between
Do
the
they want to do
obsidian
it?
wall and there. So there's a small valley in the western side that they
Oh.
So
wanted
they-
you to clear. They sent mercenaries in. Mercenaries never came back. So you are the
So-
next.
Yeah. So like this area is where we're going.
Essentially, it's off map, but yes.
Okay. Oh, so we're
Okay.
going more over here. Got it.
This is what we did last time, Nathan. It's on the map in the first place.
Well, you guys can enjoy the little side view for
Is
Nathan's
that the one
camera.
that was scratching?
Random. Yeah. I closed the box. I like alternated panel closed it just to keep her in there. And she's like, "This is nice." And then she got annoyed. She's like, "I want out." Yeah. It's a cat. Yeah. So yeah, I think Reinhardt's right. Let's go head off in that general direction.
Yeah.
New horsey.
Let's see.
Unfortunately, I'm more single target focused
All right.
today,
Reinhardt
but
starts doing a bunch of different poses as he's laying on the blanket.
Got a new horsey.
One
Also
hand dangling
splendid
off.
emeralds.
Like I'm standing at the very, very like front, and like guiding everyone while I have
No
like
way.
6 or 8 feet of carpet behind me.
Happier than bodybuilder directing traffic.
I'm laying down on the carpet, going by everyone.
that was a good commercial.
I'm all
That's,
laying down. I'm like on my back, going like
What's his
that.
face?
Yeah, no.
It's
You
a long walk.
Stormer's 100% right. Okay.
it is a lengthy walk, and moving through the ghostlands, you are constantly going between these like waving fields of dead grass and various other weeds. There's rocks and ruins that scatter here that have been left behind from either the obsidian wall itself, or as some of you know, the city that once stood where Rosona is now. You just navigate between here, and you can start to see where two of these smaller hills start to crawl up and build up towards the Penumbra Range, the mountains that surround Rosona. These two small foothills are what form that western canyon that you were asked
Okay.
to clear.
How far are we to those hills, or like to the crest of them hills?
You've seen them from a whiles away, and so you're getting to the point where
Damn hills.
almost able to enter. You're about 1,000 feet away.
1,000 feet.
Do I see anything around us as we're coming up? Maybe any remnants of like. Here, I'll ask this question first. How is the wind here?
The wind, it's pretty still.
Okay. Since we've been here, has the wind like picked up at all, or not really? It's generally pretty still.
It's generally pretty still along the Penumbra Range,
Okay.
and yeah,
The
that's
darkness goes all the way out to the wall, correct?
it goes further than the wall. It
Okay.
it
Did the
stretches past the horizon, and just from your knowledge of flying in, that's about where it starts to end. A little bit past the horizon from Rosona is where it begins to end. So it
Okay.
creates a constant darkness, as you've seen.
I'm going to
Did the
shift my
wind
vision to
kind
my
of
familiar.
Did the wind kind of stop once we came into the darkness area, or no?
No, not particularly.
So weather goes
It's
in and
difficult
out.
to tell because you were
Yeah.
on an airship quite high up.
Yeah. See, I like how you can hold your cat like this very easily. I cannot.
Yeah, mine's
It's a chunk.
Lara's pretty portable.
Luna is not. Yeah, Luna is not.
PETA, get out of my live stream. Get out of here. These are good
No,
owners. These are
yeah,
good
no,
owners.
she's a great owner.
PETA trying to ruin everything.
Ada.
PETA.
I rescued her, so they can step off.
That's right.
I got her for free when she was a week old. From a feral
All
colony.
this feral hair all over me from her.
That's
Only
why I
dogs
wear
are.
white shirts when I hold Luna.
And then there's orange. Fuck.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a look out, see if I see maybe because we're starting to come up to the area. Do I see any random things jutting out that I could read as maybe like bits of armor, bits of bone, bits of people.
Roll a perception check, and anyone else is free to roll a perception check as well to scan the
Right,
region.
it's
Sure. I'll
Oh,
watch
since
as
I'm
well.
using my owl's vision, can I roll at
Hey,
advantage?
that's a good
that's
roll.
fair.
23, Chris.
No, just
Because it has its own advantage for perception.
the owl has its own things it can
Okay,
see, so
so
that
just-
That's
advantage.
3 plus
Mm,
33.
I got 10 less than that at 23.
I got 8.
I rolled a 17 plus 13 for 30, and then I got a 3.
The owl's having a bit of difficulty picking out
Owl.
what to focus on.
We need to get the owl.
Because when you fly over, it is the canyon, the ruins, and then there's just so many smaller details you can focus on and try to discern whether or not it's something to focus on, that it's just very scatterbrained at the moment. The two
That's a
you,
lot.
20, 23, and 33.
They're just like,
It's still dark, so even with supernatural dark visions and the like, it's not like it's not pitch black in Rasona. It's almost like a moon-filled light. But looking out into the region, trying to pick out something, you're not noticing anything. There are sections of ruins. There's areas that you can visibly pick up from this distance that appear darkened than others, and you can definitely tell that there's a buildup of the ruins here. Unlike most of the Ghostlands, where time or scavengers or something has just worn away any of the ruins, leaving just a plain near Roshona, there's definitely still structures here, or at least the remnants of structures.
are we still
Okay.
a little bit out? I
Yeah,
take it?
I assume you're not just barreling towards it now and just still trying to observe.
Yeah,
Chris,
just
do I see any evidence of tracks or?
Does everyone remember who still has
Roll
aid?
survival check.
And Will, you still have Death Ward?
I believe I still have aid, right?
I don't know. Check your health. If you did it, yeah, it was 15
Yeah.
15 temp HP. I'm pretty
See,
sure I gave it to.
I have mine.
Yeah, check if your HP is modified. I believe
Yeah, you
everyone
just-
Yeah,
modified their
my
HP.
HP, mine's modified.
Okay, so yeah, I believe it was cat,
Yeah, I got
dragon,
15 extra
Yeah.
shit.
Looney
Yeah, I
Tune.
got a 15, Chris.
15's everywhere. Okay.
15.
You get HP. You get an increase in HP for the
It
next
is
8 hours.
difficult to search. It's very high grass and ruins and sections that are either of mud, and then there's sections that are just hard rock. There's sections that are just darkened obsidian and brick. The terrain is constantly changing, but you do pick up a few, like, just inklings, not a full set of tracks, but every so often when it comes to the mud, you can see the eroded boot prints of maybe a few figures. It's difficult to tell with that roll how many there were, and it does come in and out only when they stepped probably in the muddy areas. But when it gets to
Okay.
dirt or anything else, the tracks are lost.
So are there buildings, guys, or what?
Only ruins.
Um,
Only, like, there's more ruins than the rest of the Ghostlands. They're more like portions of walls and larger chunks, but ruins all the same.
okay. This is gonna be a little bit different, but I'm gonna try and cast Arcane Eye.
Okay.
It's a 4th level slot, so it's valuable. Where is it? There it is.
I have it up now. I have a shortcuts on my browser. If I just go into my search bar and type DDS, I can just search D&D Beyond's spell list.
Oh.
Wow.
Invisible magical eye with a range of hover in the air for duration, blah 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 blah, up to 1 hour. visual information, dark vision out to 30 feet.
Okay. So it's just an
Let me
additional sensor that can see normal vision, dark vision, and looks in every direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can send it out.
Okay.
Essentially a weird drone.
Yeah, it is essentially a drone.
I don't want to ruin anything, but I know it's one of the spells that gets banned by a lot of DMs.
This is a no drone zone.
It sounds
Have to
stupid if a
confiscate-
spell's getting
We're gonna
banned by
confiscate
DMs.
that
It means
arcane
they're
eye.
not thinking about just
So,
anti-magic.
I let
biggest
you
way
guys
to-
use silvery
Yeah.
barbs. I don't think I'm worried about Arcane Eye.
I
Uh,
still think it's dumb
So
that
like the
DMs
biggest
use
way to get
damage.
around that whole arcane eye, especially in dungeon, is just have a door.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
All right, so
don't worry.
yeah, it's
I just
Weird.
send it out, I guess.
it also is just an eye. Anyways, it travels about your guys' pace. So is everyone going to hold back for a bit and let the arcane sensor go towards the ruins?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I'm
might
gonna
as well.
try and take a look at the footprints that
Roll a survival check. And how far are you guys stepping away or keeping away from the major
Ooh.
sites?
Ooh. 12.
How far are you guys staying away from the site?
How far away are we currently?
100
You started at
yards.
1,000.
Okay.
Oh.
100 feet. Oh, 1,000? Oh,
Started at
then
1,000 feet. Yeah.
500 sound good?
Okay.
Sure.
So
This
about
thing has an
500.
hour of
We
concentration.
feel like this is the area, correct? We are in
Yeah,
the general
this-
vicinity.
Yeah. There's a little bit of context clues that there's still ruins here. So if there were scavengers or anything, they haven't been able to come here to break buildings down. So clearly, there's something keeping people at bay.
End of
Yeah.
view. End of view.
Annie?
Ah,
Do you think it's fabricator?
Oh, okay. Do you have enhanceability at all?
I do.
Okay.
What you want enhanced?
That's an easy
You're
answer.
5.
I don't know. I
Protection.
just if it's something you might want to think
More
about
damage.
using. It might be helpful just to buff up somebody's something. We don't really need the temp HP, but I don't know. Just feeling like maybe pumping up someone else's ability to sense, or maybe someone's. I'm not sure. I just feel like now might be a good time to use it if you don't
Okay.
need to.
Not the only
Alright,
one
let
having
me
pump up the
see.
jam playing in their head,
Pump
right?
the jam, pump the fire.
While this is happening, the arcane eye drifts towards the site, and you kind of have to start scanning and looking around the area. There's patches of the structures here in this kind of darkened ground nearby. And kind of continuing to censor and look around. There's no real chests or anything. You can see scraps of wood. So with your current intelligence, you've kind of gathered that anything organic has completely decomposed from this area, and you're looking at only the inorganic bits are still around here.
So absolutely nothing organic. Any animals in the lizards or some stuff?
There's still like the dying grass, that type of thing, but
Okay.
like a chest or a bookcase, books or anything like that
Mhm.
has completely been eroded away by time.
Wow.
Looking
Okay, this
around
is
for animal life, and you could tell previously on your approach, um, Persona and the Bard Fields in general has the most uneasy, eerie vibe of any place you've ever been. Maybe save the Underdark. And as such, you really haven't heard any animals
Huh.
before.
Weaver's
And
fan.
if you
Okay.
did, you have heard the howls of strange monstrosities
No.
during your
Okay.
flight. Then, yeah.
Sure,
So
my
nothing about the ruins either, or
You can try to look around further if on an investigation.
Okay, I'll try that.
By the way, my enhance ability doesn't really help in this situation, as I'm reading all of it.
It helps on checks.
I mean, yeah, that's what I mean, like 3
I don't know.
Less would
I'm-
probably be
checks
better at
and-
this point.
I'm just saying there's some things that I don't know. I'm trying to just think that there are some things that maybe there's some prep spells we can have
24.
already set up that would help, like how I have Aid and Death Ward on.
Mm.
Once we get in closer, I'll probably summon my Celestial so that we have another.
Yeah,
Another
I'm gonna
hand.
burn my armor bag at this.
With that investigation roll, by the way, you start taking the arcane eye and drifting back and forth, trying to get a better examination of the site. And at face value, there's nothing really special inherently about the site. I mean, it's well protected, and you can definitely see why, in a development aspect, why the Kryn would want to expand Cronus into this area. But there's nothing like there's no magnificent ruins. With that investigation roll, you've pretty much gathered there's no like hidden trap doors that might lead somewhere or any like small secrets. But what you do catch is as the arcane eye kind of drifts near these darkened patches of ground, the grass here, while still standing and flickering, it almost has this secondary shadow effect to it. And the entire area in these darkened patches has this um unease to it.
Okay.
Almost as if like the shadows
think
for the grass and the grass itself have almost become like unsynced in a way.
Huh.
interesting. Okay. I think Harbinger has
So,
done.
do you have detect magic?
I was about to say I think he has it as his. At least he did before I started messing with my character, moving the. I tested what it would look like if I had 2 levels in wizard and just a 1 level in rogue. But yes, I had that already. That was ritual casting as well.
I don't have it prepared for today.
Ritual cast. How long do I have to cast a ritual?
10 minutes plus the casting time of the original spell.
Okay. 10 minutes plus 1 action.
10 minutes.
What spell?
It's detect magic.
Okay.
I would also relay it to the people who can hear me, I suppose. I'm on a horse, just kind of like guys. No,
Chris, have I noticed anything
Does
with my
not have a
passive
stutter.
perception? Anything like circling around us? Anything?
No. Not with your passive, no. Nothing that's like there doesn't again appear to be any threat just looming about to strike.
And I don't, other than the footprints, I haven't seen any kind of armor or weapons or like bolts or swords or anything from the previous multiple mercenary groups.
Nope. Nothing yet.
No signs of a struggle or anything? Nothing?
Okay.
Yeah, with that investigation, no.
Hmm.
Guess we're just waiting
Just
for the
note
10
if you
minutes.
do detect magic, your arcane eye goes away.
Yeah, because
Yep.
it's concentration.
So
and we
I
have to
think
be
we
very,
just about
you
did
do
enough.
realize also we have to be very close with detect magic. We have to be 120 feet.
30 feet for detect magic.
And how long does detect magic go?
You know what? I will.
It's 10 minutes. I might not do detect magic then.
I'll burn a
Uh,
second level spell for see invisibility.
Okay.
When I take a look, do I notice anything in the areas that he pointed out, or any of the ruins, or anything like that?
The invisibility.
See invisibility states.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Right. Do you move closer? Because you are still limited by your own dark vision.
I'll move within. I'll tell the group I'm moving within 300 feet of one of those dark patches.
I walk up with them.
All right. Both of you move up towards Dark Patch, and you cast a spell, and you kind of eyes flicker, and you start to focus on what might not be normally seen. And you do catch that there is that secondary shadow effect, but now you can just faintly see from the ground itself almost these ghastly hands, not skeletal, but like skin to bone type of appearance, just comes from the ground and disappears. Another, almost grasping, reaching for nothing, grasping, just air itself and pulling back down.
Huh.
Would you guys relay this back to me as well?
We're farther forward now. Reinhardt.
Hey.
Because I mean, no one else has said that they're next to me. So yeah. Reinhardt. Snyder described a second shadow for the grass.
I think
It's
it's
a
out of
lot
sync. Yeah.
more than that. I see what I can only describe are hands grabbing things.
Would this look like the hands of that one portal we did in the Underdark? That I did?
No.
Going? No? Okay.
There. I mean, there's that like passive familiar that their hands grasping, but that was almost like this kind of longing grasp of something trying to reach out and desperately hold. This is, I guess, in a stranger way, slightly more sinister. As it's clearly
Huh.
trying to grasp out, misses, and then just sinks back into the earth.
Huh.
Do I see like a branch? Oh no, wait, I have to remember how far I am. I don't see anything in the runes when I look over to the runes, do I?
No. It's, you still see like the runes and bits of obsidian, but nothing. And the arcane eye didn't see like weapons or even signs of a struggle.
Okay. Were these like right in our path essentially? If we had
The patches,
yeah.
not particularly. The patches don't seem to block out access to the ruins, but they do predominantly have themselves around the sections of ruin themselves, like the fallen walls. But they don't like
Chris,
protect or form perimeter.
about how far could I throw a stick?
If you wing it real good, you could probably get about 60 feet.
Reinhardt, could you shoot a bolt at that right near the patch?
Yeah. I shoot a Eldritch Blast.
No, a bolt. I need something
Oh,
physical.
with my sword. Okay, yeah, I can do
Sorry,
that.
I realized the confusion.
I figured you're referring to that, but yeah, I cock the bow, the crossbow.
What's your range?
100 feet, 100 feet to 400.
Okay, so it's disadvantage.
Fire, yeah, fire at disadvantage.
At this time, I point a finger at
Got a pretty
Reinhardt
big target
and
to
cast
hit.
message. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Can't roll for
Just
lightning.
point at him.
It's going to be a 21.
With a disadvantage.
Yeah, it's a 13 and
Perfect.
a 14 plus my 8 modifier. So.
Oh wow.
You kind of arc up, and it's not a difficult shot. You're aiming just at a big patch of ground. Arrow arcs and into the ground. You see invisibility. You can see there's a brief moment where one of the hands grasps and takes a hand onto the bow, onto the landed bolt, and brings it gently down. But there's a moment where it's like holding it, and then just lets go, and it sinks back into the ground. Probably, and from what you see, if you try and clock it from that distance between darkness, you just see the bolt basically go.
Huh.
I'm using the arcane eye to look at Saren's expression if I can. 'Cause I would have seen, but that's not a whole lot.
Yeah.
I burn an arrow.
Well.
Also, you'd be
Yeah,
able to see the
right.
eye looking at you.
Oh yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Sorry. You
Like-
know what I
What?
Sorry, Snyder, you know how I feel about eyes looking at me. You want to keep the spell, stop it.
Can I make the eye wink?
No, it has no eyelids, it's an eye.
Jesus Christ.
It's not an eye with a lid. It's just an eye.
It like the eye just turns to you. Like,
I think like the
staying
appearance
bolt
to
moves.
that point is probably up to him, but it can't wink. It can look like a floating disembodied eye if you're really into the horror aspect of it, but
No, it's like a
no.
it's blue, red, and white colored. That way you know it's me.
Okay, America.
I just realized what the colors
So
were.
patriotic.
see?
It's like the patriotic.
I was about to say
By
blue,
my
red, and black, but
floating
okay.
eye.
Patriotic.
Eye does like
Well, the
turn.
hands grasped at the bolt, but they didn't take it.
Or like it held on to it for a moment, grasped at it, and then kind of like let it go.
Reinhardt,
Yeah.
is your bag of animals revamped?
Yeah, I don't think we've used it today, so
I thought you used it yesterday.
it's good for each day.
What the hell are you guys doing?
It recharges each dawn, so we're fine.
Who was that to?
Freaking Reinhardt. I'm pointing at him, giving him a message, and
Yeah,
I
he
just
did.
hear
He did
nothing.
message me. I've been kind of just like doing
Ignoring
other
it.
things at that point because I'm just like all the
You're
voices
trying to
in my
focus
head.
on your shot, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
all the
God,
voices
yeah.
in my head. It's just another one at this point.
It's
Um,
drowned out.
You
Yeah.
think you could? Should be easy.
It is easy to drown it out.
The other way.
I can. It requires me to get closer because it's obviously.
When does the link end?
Oh, whenever. Like, call it off.
I don't think it says.
In the end,
Because I think
No.
they last for a
No.
day unless it dies, or
What I'd say we should do is you should summon something and send it over to the pit to see what happens.
you had me at summon.
The bigger, the better.
Take my D20 out of here. The bigger,
I'm watching these two
better, he says.
attentively.
You guys are just watching as Sarah and I are talking to each other, and I spawn in a giant elk.
Oh my god.
Now you can get a
The
rideable
hell?
animal, but you couldn't
Right?
yesterday.
Right.
Well,
I just had to say
got
something.
one in the tunnel. Remember?
I would send the elk. I remember. Oh yeah, he summoned a giant animal which blocked the way.
Ah! yeah, that was a. That was
What
bad.
I would do is I would just send it over to that
To
pit
where
to
the
see
arrow
what
was.
happens.
Yeah. All right, Elkie.
Cool.
That way.
Okay.
And he very at a slow pace, but like he walks
Wait,
over there.
well, Chris, can everyone else see the pits, or really no, because it's too dark?
I mean, how far
Um,
are you guys?
I'd say to a certain point you start to see them between kind of adapting to the level of light, and again, it's not like
Oh, okay.
pitch dark. It's kind of a low light that permeates.
Okay. Just dark enough for me to be able to do everything I want.
So you watch as the elk moves, and you're just telling the elk to move over top one of the patches of darkness, right?
It's like walk over there and slowly make its way.
Okay.
If you need stats, I can tell you stats on the elk if need be.
Well, one moment.
But and I'm not too worried if I lose.
Do we
an elk.
all have dark vision now?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yay! I
Wait,
was worried about that one.
just,
No,
I don't know who
dark vision.
that one is.
It's spirits for me.
You know,
Anthony,
Rory has
do you
dark
have dark vision?
I believe so. Yeah, I do. I
Yeah,
have devil
he's
sight.
a dragonborn. They think they
I
I
thought
got,
can.
Dragonborns
I got
didn't.
devil sight.
Oh,
Oh,
So
nice.
I have medical dark vision.
well, fuck you.
That said, the elk kind of just trots its way over, not aiming for one of the patches of darkness, kind of steps into the ruin, and all around it are the dark patches. It seems pretty fine. Nothing inherently wrong happens to the elk, but as it kind of begins a slow meandering trot and does make its way over towards one of those patches, you can see or Saren specifically sees, you see as few of the arms from the ground just kind of rise up. Not again, they are not like invisible hands rising up. No one's ghastly rising up from the dirt without disturbing it, and just them to grapple onto the elk leg. Give me one moment.
Reinhardt, release your hold on the elk and let it act like a normal elk.
I mean, I stopped giving it commands after I told it to go over there, basically, so it's kind of on its own at that point.
Is it making like a lot of noise, like a normal elk would?
Celestial being. I feel like they'd all be the same noise.
It pretends to be or is
An elk.
mostly one.
It's
Yeah.
essentially an elk. Yeah.
Okay, one
So I'm
moment.
assuming it starts freaking out.
Use the elk stats.
Yeah, because
so-
as
Just
soon
making
as I
sure.
stopped giving it commands, it acts like an actual animal at that point. So.
much like with the familiars.
With the animals, I somewhat always, in my head, always kind of laugh because it just reminds me of that moment where like Rick and Morty like is able to like change the time so the bad thing didn't happen and all the bad timelines. And I just think of that being the elk. It goes back.
Okay.
Right.
You watch as when the elk kind of steps in, those ghastly hands stretch out and grab onto it. Most of them keep hold on the elk, and it starts its elk-like howls just filling the canyon over to you as it starts to thrash about, being held in place, and you can
What the hell?
visibly watch as the multiple hands grabbing onto it. There's a little bit of this pulse to the area around it that you can all see, even without having the intuition to be able to see the invisibility. And you just watch as that elk just withers on the spot. And it doesn't take more than a few seconds before
Does like a hoof start coming out like this?
collapses,
So I
falls
got
onto
a
its
few more.
side. And you watch as the hands begin to almost build up on top of it and just slowly begins to sink it into the ground. And for the rest of you, it almost just looks like the earth itself is parting in a way to drag this elk into the ground.
And if you're, what
Oh,
the fuck am I looking
and
at?
if you're Snyder, you see this, right?
Well,
The ground is
Reinhardt?
eating the elk.
Yeah,
That was one of the
looks
most
like something was
horrifying things I've
grabbing it.
ever seen.
You want to see it again?
As
Almost kind of, to be quite honest.
As
But,
Jordan asked me
Like,
that
no.
question.
Saren, what the hell is going on?
Well, I think I know what happened to the other parties.
Do enlighten us, please.
All right, now a boar goes over there.
Oh my god. While this is this is happening.
Send another animal just into the ruins just to kind of travel about.
This is very disturbing because like the eye is like right here and the elk is
What the
like
fuck am I
right
watching?
there.
Yeah, so I
It's like
command the boar to go
Are
do
we
that.
gonna need a PETA disclaimer?
So you wanted to go exactly where against the?
Just wanted to go and search the ruins because
Okay.
that way we can know if there's anything in there that might attack us.
or
But,
anything more or any other patches. That would be great. Do I have to look for those
I'd
again?
say for now, let's get closer.
All right.
If
Hold
we
it down
could
for getting
get,
closer.
I'm gonna move up and join them.
So as
let's get up to 100
Just in case.
100 feet now.
Same.
I'm still gonna, Chris. I'm still gonna be kind of keeping a hardcore watchful eye. Yeah. Snyder, could you send your arcane eye just up high to kind of give us more of a vantage point to make sure we don't get ambushed?
Not really. It only has 30 feet of dark vision.
Okay. But it'll notice big things moving, right?
I believe I might only have 30 feet of vision.
Yeah,
Oh.
it just
Well, that's
I
less
believe it's 30 feet of normal and dark.
Oh, so it just can
Yep.
only see within 30 feet.
Yeah, it's an arcane sensor, but let me double check.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it is
Reinhardt,
360.
We need to
Yeah,
get
a
it's
that
sphere
eye.
essentially.
We need to do something with that eye to make it so that we have another like. Maybe we can get our own kind of man-made.
Can triangulate with the eye.
Yeah. But
colors.
I'll walk up with Reinhardt and the others joining to 100 feet.
You all kind
I'll
of
switch
move
between the owl as well.
you move up like CCTV footage. You're just flickering between normal vision, owl vision, arcane eye
Flappy
vision.
as well,
Back.
because you can telepathically communicate
Which
with
camera? Which
Flappy.
camera?
Oh my god, it's
Anyway,
like security cameras.
Fuck you, alert your feet.
It's 5 nights ahead for Shauna's.
Yeah. You all move up, and you can get a much better look at the elk now. It is incredible how what was probably for most of you only saw from a distance, but Saren and Reinhardt, you saw it up close when it was originally some. It's crazy how now it almost had that appearance of just completely drained away, and as it's kind of finished being pulled in,
Poof,
disappears.
does the thing. Okay.
That's horrifying.
Would I have any idea what that is? Like, what I just saw? Like,
Roll a religion check.
oh. Religion check. What's my religion modifier? Oh, okay.
Probably
Plus,
not high.
+1, +2,
good
right?
mine.
It's in your intelligence.
Is
right?
anybody else curious, or is it just me?
Well, I'm kind of
I'll roll
shocked
one.
at
I'll
this
roll one.
point.
Would I?
Who has
in-
120-foot range on a cantrip?
I do.
Could
Obviously.
you fire one into the circle?
You want a chill touch or an Eldritch Blast?
Let's go with Eldritch Blast.
Anavir, do they want to roll with advantage, or do you want me to roll as well?
I wouldn't mind either or, but you can give me advantage if you want.
Go for it.
That's an
help
18
you out.
and a 27 on the pit. On the Eldritch Blast.
What does a 14 give me?
14.
Mm.
An incredible amount. Your best bet is Calamity. A lot of shit happened. So whatever, something in the Calamity or the Age of Arcanum caused what you're looking at now, and that is your best
Appendix.
guess.
I look at Torin. Calamity.
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 Oh, thanks,
Oh no, it's gonna
Xavier.
be a thing
I
now.
would have never guessed.
The Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
You did arc and shoot out, Theron. You catch with your invisibility as they both wing out, and one of the blast scatters and misses, but the one of them hits one of the hands. You can see the hand recoils back and sinks back into the earth.
Maybe try that again?
So Reinhardt would have just seen one miss, and he would have seen one hit and do nothing.
Essentially,
Like,
yeah,
what,
you
just
see
kinda
one
like-
hit the ground, and you saw one essentially hit about a half foot off the ground.
Okay, Reinhardt. that
Oh,
did
you guys are
something.
just trying to hit the dark pool thing.
Yes. So to explain what's there,
Fireball.
the
That's
most
what I was thinking.
terrifying.
Fireball.
I wouldn't waste a fireball quite yet, but
You
one
should
of the
do every
most terrifying hands I think I've ever seen grabbed the elk, drained all of its life force, and then started to pull it and trap it down. So
One of the hands looked like
I'm
there was
sorry.
quite a lot holding that elk.
You couldn't have seen that. It
I saw the
was-
elk being dragged in because the
Yeah,
elk
you
and I
did
was
see
like
the
right
outro.
there.
Yeah.
Reinhardt,
Yeah.
quick note, by
It's
the
like
way.
hovering over the elk as it's
You're
going.
aware that the creature summoned by the bag of tricks, when you kill them, as you have many a times, it's usually instantaneous. You know,
Yeah.
if you put a weapon right into its neck, the moment it essentially has no life in it, it's
Yeah, it drops to
Is-
0, it's gone.
Like 1 HP.
There's no
right?
carcass.
you saw that thing get dragged for a while before it poofed.
Okay, so wouldn't technically being harmed is being grappled.
Well, it's
Right.
still being harmed. if
Something
it's
was
draining
happening
its
to
life.
it because it was visibly drained of strength and was beginning to be dragged down before it was seemingly killed.
So
You
it's
win the model
Right,
last
being
Mark,
night.
is
siphoned.
your boar still alive?
Yes,
Uh,
that went to go search basically the ruins.
Yeah, the boar taking heed not to step into any of these patches of darkness, just quite minding its own business, just trotting along this area, and it seems to be
Truffling.
unhindered.
Truffling.
Truffles.
You know,
Well, Chris, how many of these black circles are there?
I'd say there's about 7 or 8 in total.
Wow.
My circles.
You know, I kind of want.
So this hand, would you say it's undead in appearance?
Well, a quick thing, it's not like a singular hand grabbed and pawed it. It was
Well,
what might have been like,
Torin doesn't know that.
yeah.
Um,
Well, just in case, it might have been
it's
like
more like thousands of arms. They looked, Chris, I'm pretty familiar with the undead. It's kind of the whole thing I'm supposed to be murdering and everything. Would it look undead or more like just like would I think of it more as an undead or more of a ghast looking? Which I'm just thinking as like a dark creature that like I would have heard stories about.
roll a religion check. That's specific information.
Guidance. Oh, cool. 3 plus. Damn it!
3.
15.
15. You're getting the sense that this is undead.
Okay. Okay. Well.
Yeah,
You know what?
clerics make good necromancers.
I'm gonna cast
Oh.
Fly on myself and kind of look around.
Okay.
Enemy, yeah, I think
Alright.
that's not a bad idea.
Are there any hands exposed right now?
Oh, there's one. Nope, it's gone. Nope.
But I'm gonna fly
Nope, there's another.
high enough where I don't get
Oh,
grabbed.
there's another. No, they're kind of. I couldn't even tell you if they're the
How
same
high are
hand.
you flying? Because you haven't been able to see the hands.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nobody,
Can you see
nobody tell.
visibility?
The only person who's seen them is Saren. This
Yeah.
Yeah, you. I mean, like even Sarah describing, he has like they go 4 feet up, and then how high are
go
you flying up?
exactly 386 centimeters up.
Wait, does Vanderveer just like fly out to them?
Well, if I were to fly, I'd probably
fly up
fly
a little
about
bit.
40 feet.
Okay.
Vanderveer,
40 feet.
where are you going?
That's a little.
I'm going to check around the area so that
Stay
You're not gonna
off the
fly
ground.
directly above.
that's why
Do
I'm
not-
flying.
Do not go anywhere near. Keep a 10, 15 feet berth around any
Yeah.
of those circles. We don't
Definitely
know
don't
what
fly
they
directly
do.
up them. Yeah.
I don't know if it could jump and grab you.
I
As
will
a
keep
quick
a sharp eye on it.
question, Andrew, what's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 13.
A rack. Boom.
It's a flying rat.
Oh no, it'd be like a
Is a,
gloomstalker, not even
giant
gloomstalker, but
Pterodactyl
Ugh.
size bird.
no, they have shadow wyverns here, right?
Oh yeah, they do have shadow. They have rocks, which are like the worst thing here, like flying wise. But yeah, rocks are like 40-foot wide wingspan. Giant eagles.
They're
You remember
dinosaur
because you've
eagles.
fought them and ran from them on the
Yeah,
Adventure Coast.
remember. Don't. It just grabs him, takes him away. Oh no, Annabir, no.
Oh well.
Like an eagle.
Like the little videos of the bunny rabbit.
The other foot has Mordecai. It's like, what are you doing here?
Really weird way to introduce the character again.
Yeah, I
This is
know.
my mom.
It's my mom. Mordecai's mom.
Ingrid got true polymorphed permanently into a rock. This is
Yeah.
actually her.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're going to her nest.
So anyway, I look around for possible evidence as I'm 40 feet in the sky.
What's your dark vision?
60 feet, right?
60 feet.
And same as mine.
You
yeah.
kind of. 60 feet is just for like your clarity of vision because you do have this low light that
Yeah.
permeates around. So it's not like you're just only have 20 feet of vision over the
Right.
ground and then are just blocked
It's like a
out.
little circle I could see or something.
But you're not picking up too much that you guys haven't already blocked before. There's not like an arcane sigil sitting somewhere over any of the pits. There's no centerpiece. It's something you've noticed by now. There is nothing like seemingly being guarded or causing these pits.
You know what?
Yeah, but the pits are there nonetheless.
Guys,
No
let's
one
move
has-
30.
Come back.
What?
Dispel magic, maybe.
Let me see. I
go with
wasn't prepared to fight magic circles. I was prepared
Yeah.
to fight single target foes.
Same.
No, I
I
don't have
mean-
dispel magic. It's not. No, I have dispel magic. I'm sorry. 120 feet.
Sorry?
You know what?
Savari and Snyder, what are your guys' passive perceptions?
Mine's 23.
Yeah, I know yours.
Nobody's talking to you.
God, I don't got my glasses on. 16.
Savari IRL. 18.
I don't like this.
No,
I don't like
that's
people
a
being
11
asked their
practically.
passive perception with me being around. With my super mega sight, and I'm not seeing it. That's terrifying. It's blind only to clerics. Fuck you, Nathan. Chris.
Recall
I got-
Corn has a low perception.
I got a
So do
passive
I.
perception of 9.
Yep, you do.
Oh,
I got a pass on 11.
Very clean.
What was yours, Reinhardt?
11.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I
wow.
figured you guys had the. Yeah, I recall the lower end, the perception check.
Chris,
Middle.
I will cast Dispel Magic on the circle and see what happens.
All right.
I think we'll
Science.
have to be
Pass.
Molders, but
Let me just quickly make sure it's nothing in the spell magic.
Dispel Magic gets rid of evil circle of hands.
Weird, they
Oh,
wrote that in.
So it's all magic except for black
Are you
magic,
having
the
trouble
shadowy
with evil
circle.
Roll a,
circles hands? Try dispel
Roll then
magic.
roll a check using your spellcasting modifier.
Okay. 18
How
plus
is it?
9 for a total of 27.
All right.
You pissed off the dark circle.
The dark circle, that it like it comes out of the ground.
You can only
Full
see it, but
circle?
nobody else
Yeah.
can.
Oh,
The
here.
circle, the hands just stand the circle up. We are
like a
leaving.
Diglett when it stands. Yeah.
Oh no.
So you
Oh, it's
cast
like
out the
the,
spell, and there's kind of a pause. And for you, you're barely noticing a change, but for the rest, you begin to see the flickering of the hands as they
Oh.
reappear. Whatever dispel magic you seem to have flipped and turned off, you've removed
So I
at least
literally,
a portion of whatever onion-like crazy magic
I
has been
literally,
constructed
I
here.
literally would notice no difference.
Upon seeing the hand, oh god, told the dead.
That's what I was actually gonna use. But
Well, Reinhardt, nothing happened
What?
unfortunately with dispel magic, so I don't think it's magical in nature.
You cast Toll the Dead, by the way.
Yeah.
You can't reach Toll the
I
Dead.
mean-
We're 100 feet away.
Yeah. But it does go out to most of its distance. Boom.
That was a warning.
But yeah, Reinhardt,
I'm gonna turn around. Actually,
I don't think there's any. I don't think it's magical in nature. I mean, dispel magic didn't do
I know.
anything.
Yeah. That's interesting.
By the way, I still don't know that dispel magic got rid of the invisibility of the circle. I want to point that out to everyone. I do not know that, so that's why I'm like, it didn't do anything, guys. I don't know what's wrong.
as we saw
What's
the
it on
flickering.
fucking hands?
What hands? Wait, you can see the hands now?
Yeah, they're going crazy right now.
Oh, good. I'm not the only one who saw horrible things.
What else do we have here? as far as
But yeah, so that's what I was saying. Excuse me.
This
So
is where
Anavir, stay away from it.
I
And
am
I'm
40
giving-
feet up in the sky. We are fine.
all right, I have an idea.
What? Oh, Reinhardt, your attacks did do something.
All right, I walk out there. Worst case scenario, I dimension door out.
I don't like this already because what if they feed on magic?
Or if they
And
just
you can't dimension door out.
YOLO.
And I fight my way out.
contesting like 10 grapple checks at once. That's not good.
Well, any attacks it's going to be doing to me is going to be doing damage on itself.
It's not.
I
attack,
mean,
is it?
maybe it doesn't have that much health, but here, I'll get within.
How
You know
about
what?
I attach the rip tether from my heart piercer, and I give you my heart piercer, and
I still don't like that idea. Why don't we just throw some things at it from a distance? Here, I will walk
Fireball.
up slowly to
Fireball.
60 feet. 60 feet.
Torn cast fireball.
Jesus
Don't get too
Christ.
close.
Sounds like a
Third
torn
level
thing.
spell, fireball.
Earth
Casting fireball
tremor.
on it.
150-foot range.
All right.
30 foot.
After they're done, I want
I'll
to cast
burn a
Earth
third
tremor.
level slot of that too. As I'm leaving,
What's your save?
hanging around.
17 dex.
If it can save a 17 dex, that's stupid.
Right? It doesn't move.
It's a circle.
I don't like the whole passive perception thing. It's still
Neither do I. I have a 23. I can see invisible.
Roll the
And I have
damage.
300 dark vision.
Alright.
What do you mean my passive isn't triggering? And I have the alert feat.
That's 46 fire damage.
Hopefully they
and I
took
roll
it.
mine as well. It's a 15 the dex though.
Were you
You're
able to
also shooting
hit
out
two?
fireball as well.
Yeah, it's actually a 16. It's 16.
Was he able to
actually.
hit two, Chris, or only one?
Only one.
Okay, got it. Just
I
wanted
guess
to
I
check.
won't hit the same one that Torin aimed at.
Okay. You pop. These explosions of fire hitting these pits. Did you aim for the visible one?
Yes.
The only one they can see what.
So
evil.
one went towards the at least. Yeah, just a pit, not seeing anything.
I'm watching that bit.
Both fireballs light up the field, and there's this brief kind of flickering fire on the few blades of grass that were completely disintegrated by the initial ball. Looking back to the one that was visible, there's only one or two hands that kind of appear. What was once kind of a field of them.
Huh.
That appears most
Did
Mo-
anything
most
appear
appear
when
damaged, or at least completely eviscerated by the initial shot.
do?
Are we going
Out
to
of
think
curiosity,
this
Chris.
Torn
it
has a
says?
complete arso face on right now.
What?
Arsonist.
Oh, okay.
And for the invisible one, well, the DC was 15, correct? That's not.
Yeah. The eye is still up, so I can see the little shadow bit, I guess.
Hanniver
you
got
described.
higher up so he doesn't get hit by the fireball.
And can you roll the damage on the fireball?
I did, 34.
34, okay. That fireball's. And while leaving also a sizable impact, there's more of the hands that kind of appear and grasping that only Saren would be able to notice.
It's probably
But
like
still,
one minor.
not as many as
Okay.
were there before.
For both of you
Seemingly-
guys, they did work.
Yeah.
Chris, are there any items where the black circle is no longer?
No. I mean, there's the ruins and everything, but
Any bones or anything?
no. The circle is still there, even if there's only a few hands. It's just there's not as many hands that were once there.
Okay, I will get within 60 feet and cast Sacred Flame on it, which is a dex of 17, which I'm going to hope it
First,
auto.
Anvir, you want to do Earth Tremor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which
that's
on which
smart.
pit?
The one I can see.
Okay.
Level 1, so that I could just at least see some evidence of that.
DC.
That will be 16 for this one.
And roll the damage.
Erp.
Forgot all of my cantrips do
5.
1d8 radiant damage.
How much damage?
5. I mean, I'm just seeing if Earth Tremor does anything where they do something.
Move, damn it.
Essentially.
Watch as the earth kind of rumbles and roils as
I
just is disrupted very rapidly. A few of the hands that you can see are crushed by the moving earth, and those ones do disappear. It only seems to be this 2 or so left grasping for nothing worth thinking back in the earth. But as it is disrupted and shifted and moved about, you can see just barely a limp hand. This one clad in metal just breaks out from the earth
Oh,
as if the
Guys,
earth is
Oh.
crumpled and disrupted.
watch
Well,
that.
that is-
Limp, just like out.
well, that answered our question.
That's
Chris,
where they went.
sacred flame.
As you draw closer, though, getting closer, with your passive perception tuned to hearing a very fine hearing level, you can hear little whispers in each of the pits.
Huh.
This gentle voices in a language that you vaguely recognize but can't recall. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
Wisdom saving throws.
He's not that good at those.
22.
Okay. You feel yourself kind of getting disoriented and confused by the many voices in your head. Your vision begins to blur a little bit, but you manage to focus.
I'll literally hold my hand up the second that happens until stop to everyone else. And then I cast Sacred Flame on the one within range. Because I'm only 60 feet away from one of them.
As I see Zarin hold his hand, I'm like, Zarin, are you okay? Like,
What range did that happen, Chris?
About when you got into the 60 foot.
Okay. But yeah, Sacred Flame, 17 DC.
On the last visible one.
Yeah, on the last bit. It's 3d8 radiant, so
Yeah, and that radiant beam just and it's compared to the fireball, it's just a light show of effect happening here, and that final beam comes crashing down onto this pit, and it just while the ground is still darkened and charred, there's no more hands that grasp here.
does the black circle
What
go
happened
away?
to the one that Anavir hit? Specifically, what happened
He
to
hit
the
the
ground?
same visible one. It disrupted the ground, and something from underneath the ground came up. What looked like a mangled dead hand covered in metal, still likely armor.
Right.
Just kind of
Did
got
it
up
chunk out or did it? Oh,
limply. It came out
Okay.
limply. Like it was jutted out from the tremor of the earth. And your fireball that shot off into another one, you weren't able to tell, but Sarah was able to tell. It seems that a few of the hands are there were also dissipated by the blast.
Chris, does the black circle of it go away
No.
when all the hands are gone? No? Okay, I'll try one more Sacred Flame on the circle itself.
Okay.
But the dispel magic essentially also did not much as well.
Spell magic just got rid of the.
Another just radiant beam from up high comes crashing down. Another explosion, this time sending out the dirt and pieces of rubble out and across this fielded area, but the circle remains. At this point, you've kind of gathered that you've clearly have cleared this of the most pressing danger. However, if there was something else holding this area or something, it's not going to be resolved by just hounding this one spot.
Yep. I think we
Okay.
should report back, guys.
Hold on. Let me test some more things. No one come within 60 feet. Any of you.
Yell at
Stay
it.
out of 60-foot radius of any of them, especially being in the sky.
Alright, I'll fly away from them. Back to the group I go.
Actually, oh no, that's 30 feet. I don't want to go within 30 feet.
Yeah. And we're just like, yeah, flying.
Eyes in the sky.
Hold
Don't bump into- don't bump into
what's
who?
the range of that? It
Danger zone.
is. Hold on.
It's already 8:30. The fuck.
Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to double check my turn undead. Here we go. 30 feet. Ooh. What is it? DC? So any creature fails to save it turn okay. Chris, do I get the feeling that now that I've dealt with it once, I can deal with it again, or no?
What do you specifically mean by that?
That pull. I felt a pull. Do I feel like
Oh, that effect. Roll a religion check.
I will roll a religion check. No, that's a 7.
Yeah, even being affected by it, you're unsure at the moment if you would
Okay.
be affected.
I
by
will
it.
look to Reinhardt. Reinhardt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get within 30 feet of another pit. I need you to try and stay out of. I'm gonna get like 31 feet
Okay.
from a pit.
You're gonna
The second pit.
grappling hook him to.
I'm going to give you my rip tether, which has a distance of. Oh, 60 feet. Never mind. Grappling hook. Yeah. Here's my. I'm gonna pull it out. Here's my rip tether. I hand it to you to clip to your belt, and then I take the from Heart Piercer. Take that rip tether and click it to me, so that there's like double, so that you can pull me and I have a thing on me.
Okay.
Yeah. That way, like I can't unclip from you and you can't unclip from me. That way, you can pull me out.
All
I'm
right.
going to get within 30 feet of another pit and test something. If I go down, pull me in as fast as you can.
Gotcha.
Okay. End of year. Now's the time to come back and use that enhanced ability on Reinhardt so that he has better strength.
Strength.
I'm gonna walk up with Reinhardt and seeing what's
Yeah.
going on. I'm just gonna be there, to help pull.
Hopefully, Reinhardt, that gives you enough power to pull me back. And I, Chris, will walk up to another pit and tell me the second I cross the 60 foot, and then once I get to 30 feet.
Okay. You do cross the. I mean, being this close, you're within 60 foot of many of them right now.
Okay.
So moving up to 30 feet closer, specifically only to one, you have to kind of arc around to get to that point. But you start to approach it, and you can begin to hear the dissident whispers again in some language you're just not familiar with, or you are familiar with but unable to recognize. I need to roll another wisdom saving throw.
Okay. So that answered my question. 27.
Well Hurst, again in this whatever's happening here, you manage to
It must be nice that
fend
she's
it
so
off.
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
I will call out. It does repeat. Dealing with this once does not protect you forever. I don't recommend any of you come closer. And I will burn my channel divinity and
All right.
cast destroy undead.
Okay. What's the CR?
The CR is it going to tell me?
There should be a CR associated with destroy undead.
Oh no, 100%. Hold on. Channel divinity, turn undead. Is it in feature? Where is destroy undead? Why is this so difficult to find? Destroy undead. CR 1 or lower.
Okay. What's the range on that?
The range is 30 feet.
Okay. Um, if
Each
that
undead that you can see or hear within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw of 17. A turned creature must spend its
that
turn
moment,
trying to move as far away from you as it can.
well, it's destroy, right?
Well, it's turn undead, which is destroy undead. It is both.
Still destroys them though.
Oh yeah, you are right.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah, if they fail it, they blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I just see like a whole circle blow up?
Not the whole circle. What happens is as you kind of walk forward, you begin to glow in that radiant dim light of the Moonweaver before letting out a very gentle pulse away from you, almost just like a force. As that force crosses the threshold of the circle and past, you can watch as several of those hands and are just shattered across. Those that aren't immediately destroyed by the burst that happens, there's just only a few, and they kind of duck underground for a bit before rising up
Okay.
once more.
So they are undead. My destroy undead can get rid of. Did I notice if destroy undead got rid of the circle at all?
No, circle's still there.
Okay. You know what?
What?
I haven't done this in a while. I'm
You
going
can
to
bet.
try it. Divine intervention.
Okay.
I will use divine intervention to see.
What is your
My request is that all of these circles in 500 feet of here are destroyed. That the black circle is no more, and all of the contents inside are released to the world.
roll for it?
It's percentile dice, and I need to roll equal to or less than 10.
10% chance.
Yep. $98.
That's close, right?
Close enough.
Exact
Quite literally the
opposite.
opposite. Yeah.
Quite literally the opposite. So yeah.
You try and take advantage of the moment, summon
Engine work.
a sliver
like-
of your goddess's power from beyond the divine gate, but you're in just a realm tattered with errant chaos magics and just a battlefield of gods. This is a very, very difficult spot for your gods to try and breach, even more so than
Alrighty.
just trying to breach the divine gate
Well
itself.
then, I'm gonna stay within this area, and I'm just going to cast. Wait, this lasts how long? Up to a minute.
At this point,
Chris-
Snyder,
Yeah.
you begin to hear distant and echoing whispers in your own head from the distance you were at. What languages do you speak again?
Hold on.
Are they celestial, common, or elvish?
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think they would be.
Abilities says. Thing on
How
here.
far away was Snyder?
I'm still quite far away. I'm with the Torn and whatnot, but well, he did ask for all of our passive perceptions.
Is it based on your ability to hear? Which means if you're deaf, you can't notice them.
Well, the eye didn't notice, and it was like right there, so it's
No,
deaf.
no, but the eye doesn't have.
Okay,
the eye is
so
not a thing.
it doesn't have ears. So common, deep speech, draconic, dwarvish, elvish, and of course thieves can.
Okay.
Still,
With that, then you do understand the language being spoken.
Ooh.
Picking up the bits and pieces of it, you are just hearing desperate cries and wails. This pleading voices asking for forgiveness, asking for to be spared. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Bill? We're
Or one
about to
point if I have to.
How far away was Snyder though, Chris? Like 100 feet?
I mean, hanging back, yeah, 120 foot is kind of where the rest of everyone has camped out, unless they're flying
19
above.
on my first one.
All right. You begin to feel that motion again in your leg, to the overwhelming confusion from the voices, and your vision blurs, and it's like this mass confusion almost that rocks through your brain. Torn, you notice as Snyder has this expression, and then just one step forward, another.
Oh no.
I'm on my horse.
You dismount.
Oh,
Ooh.
forced walking.
Okay.
Chris, would I notice Snyder just
Roll
stop?
a grapple, by the way, Torin.
Would I notice anything?
Grapple.
Strength check, I
Yeah,
believe, right?
Strength based for him, yeah.
Man, he is the worst person to do.
It's an attack, but with like a strength check.
It's an athletics check.
It's an athletics check, yeah. And you have like the lowest athletics.
10.
Oh,
That's going to be enough for the case of
thank
this.
God. Thank Jesus.
He's not
Moving out
actively
there
trying to
strong.
avoid it. It's just this confusion that starts his movement over, and you grab out Torin and stop his movement.
Just like grab him by the collar and just lift him.
Oh.
On 19 did not contest it enough either.
Oh my God. That's insane.
It is time to leave.
Is he still trying to walk while Torin grabs him?
Yeah, he's still
Okay.
trying to, and
What-
it's not like he's like zombie moving forward. It's just like he's in such confusion. His body has almost taken forward and started doing this autonomous movement forward while
We gotta
his brain tries
go.
to rack with the
Okay.
thoughts in his head.
I will call out to everyone else. Yeah, let's start to leave. And I will cast Twilight Sanctuary.
Okay.
When I get into range of Snyder, is he charmed?
No.
No.
Is he considered
Let me
frightened?
double check something.
Because if he's charmed or frightened, that goes away.
Isn't Snyder
Oh, I would have
half
had
elf?
advantage. I would have had advantage of being charmed.
You would.
Let me double check. Again.
You take your time. It may not be a spell as well.
It doesn't count as a charmed effect.
Okay.
Does it count as a charmed effect?
Interesting.
But that is a good point, actually. But no, I still would have done Twilight Sanctuary.
I'm still
So
dragging him away
everyone,
from the circle.
yeah. So we'll get everyone together. We'll go out to 200 feet.
Yeah.
What time is it now?
Further away, the better.
All right.
Roll
How
an
long?
intelligence check.
748.
14?
That's 849.
That's good enough. I mean, it's a tremendously hard task to keep track of time.
I
In
don't
this
think
case,
we've had a gaming session before.
About it is
7 at night.
in a conventional sense about midday.
Okay.
Wow.
I agree with Snyder and Torin at this point. I think we should go back and inform them of what has happened and go from there. I do unclip my the grappling hook from my belt and ask Reinhardt to ungrip my arm from him.
Gotcha.
Anvir, you still oh no, wait, you pulled back. Yeah.
That's right, you did. Yeah.
Anvir, you turn off your thing.
No, I landed.
Okay, so it's because
Flying
I
fails, he
understood
lands
them
in a
that
pit.
it was more susceptible. I take it.
What was that?
Oh no!
It was because I understood them that it was more susceptible. I take it.
Completely. It's in terms of the main thing. It seems that whoever's hearing is more passively acute. Those who are more keen to picking up things were more keen to picking up the whispers. It didn't seem that distant had any rule to play it though.
Oh. So low wisdom worked out for me.
You
Same.
want to know what's
Right.
ironic on that? I feel me and Anavia have the perfect spell to use to get rid of these. Blindness or deafness.
Could help.
We should try that, but let's go back and update them on what it is. They may have some magic earmuffs. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a
you
Savari.
definitely need to know about this.
If I recall, you probably don't have the language requirements for this, but the eldritch voices of a language you have not heard before hit
Chris,
your ears now, even
Would
as you start moving
Wolfgang
away.
have been able to understand?
Wolfgang probably would have been able to.
But he's dead.
And this
Summon Wolfgang.
We're
Make it a
over
spell.
instantaneous pounding headache hits you. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
We're 150 feet away.
It just took a while, I guess, for it to.
Who's rolling?
This might be before we're too far away as well.
What the fuck?
See why they didn't come back.
Yeah.
Can I attempt to roll it again, Chris?
In a moment.
I will burn a luck point on that one.
What's the roll?
Spirit.
Me?
Yes.
Oh,
Roll your
Yes.
wisdom.
Me? Oh my god.
wisdom saving.
Yes, wisdom saving throw.
Why is your camera so dark?
Oh, 22.
All right. You begin to feel this overwhelming confusion start to hit, and we're seeing what had happened to Snyder just a little bit before. You try in every ounce of your mental capacity, and you manage to force off the whatever encroaching thoughts are getting close, and you have to stumble back and get away.
Okay, let's move faster.
Now let's get out of here.
Okay. You all detach and move away now from the ruins, leaving it behind.
When you are home, it still calls you. You must go back and kill it.
Right.
Roll another wisdom saving throw, Snyder.
You're kidding.
Well, he still has the effect on.
Burn a luck point. Just pretend I did.
Is this Vecna?
Burn another luck point.
Oh my god.
I'll burn another luck point.
That's all your
That's
luck
all.
points, yeah.
12. I
Man,
think
you
it
ain't gonna be
was,
lucky
16
later.
was my highest.
16 was the highest.
Yeah.
You're practically, in this zombie-like state of just an overwhelming confusion, just preventing you from anything else. Your thoughts trying to decipher what's your own and what are these whispers hitting you.
Is it like telepathy? I can't tell if it's telepathic, right?
Right now you can't,
Okay.
because you have like no mental capacity to start thinking about this, as you're just trying to have control over yourself. But Torin and the rest of the party managed to prevent your body from wanting to carry itself over the ruins.
Let me mark
You
the
I
pulled away.
cast dispel magic on Snyder.
Let me just quickly check the rules for
Burn
dispel
those luck
magic.
points real quick.
Not quite the same.
Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range.
If that doesn't work, I do have an
Okay,
idea.
I'll let it go, but you need to roll the ability check.
I was actually thinking about using a counter charm.
15.
That won't cut it.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's not a charm effect.
Yep.
True.
Up, sweetheart. Okay, wait a second.
You attempt to counter the magics happening here and try and force it away from him. Whatever it is, you can feel your spell push against whatever it is, and it is strong. The magic that holds sway.
You know what? Just to test something right now, I cast at second level blindness deafness to deafen him.
Okay.
Interesting.
You do deafen him. Times like the rules for blindness deafness.
You can blind or deafen a foe.
Do I have to roll a save for that? Because
If you
just-
want to, I'll say for this.
I don't want.
I don't want.
Well, am I perceptive that they're trying to help me, or I'm trying to be helped?
Would you even be perceptive?
I'll give you
doing
that you can try to.
All right.
I don't use my head.
I'll be right back.
I am not right now, guys. Something's a little funny. Yes, we know, Harbinger.
That said, though, you are deafened, but the whispers don't cease. At
Okay,
the very
isn't
least, that does confirm it's telepathic.
I wonder if it breaks upon him taking damage.
I wonder if it breaks if I use message.
Are they louder now because I can't hear anything else? They're
Yeah,
actually
I
louder
was
now?
just thinking that. It's even
Voices
worse.
get louder,
It's like, who made it worse?
but they don't.
Backfire.
You can focus on it more clearly. But yeah, they don't just like get louder, make the DC higher. For all your experimenting,
Squelch.
though,
Flappy's trying to help me.
you
Maybe?
head back towards the Coronas, and you can start to re-enter the city proper. Do you make your way back to the Sentinel Spire?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm.
We definitely need to know about whatever that was.
We need more information and let them know about the information.
You head back towards the Sentinel Spire, this penultimate guard tower that straddles the border between the Ghostlands and the Coronas here. You are welcomed
guys,
back in by the
wait for
Aurora's
me.
watch, and you can see the guard captain who you had spoken to, a dusk captain, is still out at his desk within the tower itself, and he has a secondary coffer already set up at the moment on top, and he's currently in the process of flipping through a logbook as you approach.
Ruins are haunted.
Well, yes, I had assumed as much, but I
Um,
assume they are no longer haunted.
No.
No, they
They-
seem to be still pretty haunted.
You
Saren,
see my
can you
face?
I can explain.
this a little
Is
better?
Snyder? Did the blindness and deafness work on Snyder?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, it was worth a try. So
Can I
to
backhand
explain,
Snyder? See if taking damage
I'll
breaks the
damage
effect.
the.
I was about
It
to
doesn't,
whack.
but you deliver meaty whack against his head. Take 1 point damage, but you are alleviated of the confusion.
So, Captain.
35. I don't have many
I
opportunities.
go into
for
great
that.
detail about what I saw, what happened, and what it is. I tell him how holy powers of a cleric can get rid of destroy the hands. We are unsure if they come back. I don't know how to get rid of the black circles. I don't know what happens when the black circles have no hands. And I explain like all of the things to him.
Gives
great
up.
detail.
If you cursory nods as you start giving a report, he switches out the logbook he was reading for fresh set documents, and he starts inscribing some of the many details that you regurgitate for him. At the very end, the dust captain kind of folds up. We have not had a survivor yet for what has happened in the ruins.
Does he see my
And-
face?
Yeah.
Even with
Imagine
my
what happened to Snyder happened here.
connection to my
Parties.
god, it's not a thing I could get rid of.
Did they just wander off then? The Mercenaries.
No, what more than likely happened is, I
He
mean,
got lured in.
they probably came within. The scout was probably taken first. There would have been no communication. They would have gone and checked on their scout, and they would have all slowly been pulled in one by one.
Hmm.
All until,
No
ironically,
one remains.
the most unperceptive, blind as a bat individual would have been taken last.
Mentioned the whispering.
It hit us all the way up to 200 feet away, so
Mentioned the whispering. What was under common, perhaps?
I don't know. I don't speak
I didn't
undercommon.
understand what the whispers were saying.
The only one that did is now
Yeah.
beside himself right now.
Here, let me try this one
Can you
last
fix
time.
him?
Let me try this real quick.
We can
At 5th level, I cast Dispel Magic.
roll the ability check.
Jesus. 17.
That won't cut it.
5th level again.
Okay.
23.
This time, you managed to
That
pierce
means it
this
is.
whatever veil, whatever thing, magical effect takes hold. Not exactly a spell, but some type of effect that ails him. And you manage to shatter its hold. Snyder, you rock out of it like the biggest relief of a headache just instantly slammed into you, and suddenly all your thoughts can just rematerialize and everything makes sense again.
Wait,
And you are in
wait
a
a minute.
sentinel spire.
I'm incredibly
Back
wrong.
to
I was adding
reality.
+9. I should have only added +5.
What's the number?
Okay.
It would be 19.
It's still fine. Everything
Snyder,
kind
what
of
I don't.
makes sense. You are now in
I
the
was.
Sentinel Spire. The last your memory kind of recalls is the vague memories of being back at the Ghost Land.
Okay.
Snyder,
So it
what
might take
language
a
was it?
while before. Huh?
Language. What
What
language was
What
talking
language
to you?
did you hear?
Language of what?
Whispers.
Oh God.
You're not an idiot. Come on. Whack whack.
Chris, do I remember it at all? You said I barely have vague
Roll an
memories.
intelligence check.
Okay.
May
Can I make it a history?
You had one.
I roll
job,
for a
man.
You can roll history. I'll say.
All right. It is history now. It's 9.
9.
He rolled for a
There's an element of brain fog still.
I
As
think I'll have it later, guys.
yeah.
I don't quite remember a whole lot.
Required. I'd say. I mean, I just hit it with the ability to break a 9th level spell, and that's what broke it. It is quite a high ability.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like right now.
The
I ungrapple him. I ungrapple him. I've had him grappled this whole time.
I know.
I
almost
unclip
like
my grappling
the
hook
blood
off.
pressure thing when it releases.
I have a
Pins and needles.
in my head. I have a feeling that if you ever stood up or if you ever laid down, you have just pounding blood pressure up here.
Yeah. The
Snap back to reality. Oh,
Jorha sparked fields,
traps.
especially the echoes of the calamity. I'm sure you've seen on every corner you turn. It is here still. Something that
Yeah.
many take as just fragments of history, as a living day occurrence in these lands, and it's likely what you've just done is break a centuries old effect that was ailing your teammates here. And it's likely, judging by the caliber of magics you're dealing with, that this is some type of scar from the calamity itself.
Hmm.
If your ally is up for it, they can stay here for a day. We can get some mages from the Marble Tome Conservatory over here for observation. or you can
It
visit
might be a
higher.
good idea.
I think I
Snyder.
need to head over there in the first place.
Well, you'd
Sure,
stay
sure.
here,
Okay.
I imagine, for a bit.
Okay. Is there a chair somewhere?
Yeah, yes, over any kind of gestures over a little bit like further into the tower, but there are like just a bench and a few chairs.
It's like he.
Thanks, my man. Thanks.
It's like he's trying to talk to the guard, but he doesn't make any sense. So I had to like, hey, he's talking about a chair. You know where the chair is.
He's getting off anesthesia.
Um,
Unfortunately, there's not too much more I can provide
One eye
in
is closed.
aid. I hope you don't mind me being blunt when I say it's why you're being paid so much. This is
Yeah.
an
Thank you, my
anomaly
neighbor.
that the mercenaries and us can't handle, and the Aurora's watch is tied up in the war
Okay.
effort.
Of course, yeah.
pay for this was 5,000, right, or 6,000?
Pay?
Yeah. What was the pay for this job?
Ooh, we didn't really do the job, did we?
No, we
I think it was
haven't.
8,000, wasn't it?
No, the
We're
other
going
job was
back.
10,000.
Yeah,
We're
that's
going
what I
back
mean.
in.
That's what I was
This
talking about.
job,
Because it wasn't as much as.
this job is 8,000.
Yeah, I figured.
With a bonus for finding out the fate of the mercenaries.
We're definitely
can
getting that bonus.
Kinda
We can
found out the
piece
fate of the
together that.
mercenaries.
Yes, the fate of the mercenaries is morbid, but evident at least. I could attribute the pay now for at least the finder's fee to the Grimley's fee.
You just hear a hand.
Oh,
You could say
yeah,
that they
there's-
had an improper burial.
Involuntary burial, mayhap.
Yes.
Um,
I can open my windows again.
he flicks open the side of the secondary coffer,
Eh.
pulls out, grabs a leather-bound coin purse, and does set it down for sliding the drawer closed. It will have 2,000 gold and platinum.
That's nice.
Find us fate of the mercenaries. Their misbegotten pay before.
I will
It's not
ask
yours.
if they have a library that we could have access to look for clues on what and how to deal
Oh
with
God.
these hands.
I read the wiki.
The Marbletome's Conservatory is currently in steps for preparation, but I'll send missive on my way, and luck being on our side, they will grant tentative access to the libraries. But you'll
That's
need to
cool.
wait.
Okay. I will say thank you and go sit outside on a bench and cast commune.
Okay. And during his time doing that, is there anything else anyone here wants to do?
I'm gonna take a nap.
Okay. Take a short rest.
There's not much else we can do.
Oh, that sounds horrifying.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on Snyder just in case.
All right.
I got work to do.
Okay, Snyder. Sit.
No, I lay down. Fat. Oh, my head.
I'm sorry. Did you say like
Such a drunk Anavir.
how much money did you say we're having out of that?
The
2,000
gold,
gold
2,000
platinum.
gold and platinum for the finding the mercenaries.
Okay.
2,000 gold's worth of platinum.
Yeah.
So 20 platinum?
Yeah.
That's normally what Bill does.
200 platinum.
At least confirming the fate of mercenaries. When the matters are done with this site, we can send out some teams to unbury them and proceed to normal.
Oh, did you describe to them that it was like telepathic? It wasn't like physical sound.
Yes.
And as Stormer, I'm saying that as Stormer.
Yeah, and he's it is got that down. It'll be good for the reports and for the mages at the Marble Tomes to know, but fortunately, we have not dealt with this particular incident yet. There's nothing else anyone wants to do, unless the commune is time sensitive.
It's not time sensitive.
Okay.
I'm just gonna ask some questions that I have. So people.
Then you're all free to head back into Rosona.
Am I staying there right now? Or...
Yeah, you'll stay. You can stay at the Sentinel Spire. It's up to
Okay.
you if you want to stay at the Sentinel Spire. They'll call in mages for observation to
Okay.
make sure you're safe, or you can retire with the rest of your comrades.
I'll stay just to be safe. Yeah.
Okay.
Even Floppy's like, yeah.
I'm gonna go to the retailer and discuss about Ingrid's dress.
Okay.
I don't
Oh
forget.
no, another headache.
Shut up and go to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just more about getting the right designs, right appearances and styles, the exact which you'll have to write down and remember for when you do hand off the dress.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, there's nothing else anyone wants to do.
No.
You can retire back to the Reflections of Grace,
Yeah, that's what I
or
want to
your
do.
wherever else you'll be staying if you've chosen now. Many of you only rented a room for only one night.
Yes. Oh, here I do want to ask about my questions.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask if. Oh, hold on, just a second. I forgot about this spell. I'm going to ask if. Oh, I'm going to ask if
That's not a
dispel.
question.
Oh, great deity of mine. Would dispel evil and good. Would dispel evil and good. Or remove curse. Work against these beings we are fighting.
The
I
lights
will read the
flicker
spell.
down.
Okay.
No.
Really? Dispel evil and good wouldn't work?
Most likely
What?
not. If I
You
can...
also gotta realize you had to dispel a 9th level spell.
It's pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
9th
but
level effect.
as an action, make a melee spell attack against a celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead. You can reach. On a hit, you attempt to drive the creature back to its home plane. The creature must succeed on a charisma saving throw or be sent back to its home plane. If it
And
isn't already
assuming
there,
that, yeah.
if it isn't already there, if they are already on the home plane, undead are sent to the Shadowfell, and Fey are sent to the Feywilds.
Yeah.
So would that work? Oh, but I don't know if it'd work against one hand or the thing in general.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's certain elements of
Circle that is undead, not all of them. It's not the circle itself that's undead, it's the hands.
there's a lot of moving parts to this,
Yeah.
and it doesn't seem that, as you saw with your both dispel magic and your channel divinities, it's not like one thing is going to be able to pierce and break it all apart.
Okay. Second question. Do I have a spell available to me that could break the black circles? That could get rid of the black circles?
The lights remain dim, and the answer
No.
is no.
So I can't get rid of the black circles.
At least with a spell, you can't.
Hmm.
Are the circles safe to go into when there are no hands?
Mm.
They come back in seconds, don't they, Chris?
The
No.
lights do brighten up. Seems that your god appears to know, yes, that if there's no presence of the hands there, the circles would be technically safe to go into.
I feel like that one's a trick question.
Not necessarily. If we have a small amount of time between when the hands regenerate.
Right.
I mean, if we destroy all the hands, we could grab things. But alrighty.
For those of you that didn't book a second night at the sites of Reflections of Grace,
Mhm.
are you going to stay another night? No, you have your tower, but you do need to have a room there.
They can
before
stay
they
in the
let you to
tower
park.
as well.
The guards. What the hell is that?
Yeah, because they're not going to let us stay in our fucking thing. Which,
Yeah, it won't let you stay in the airship.
Chris, do I know where my crew is staying currently? They're on the ship, aren't they?
You actually don't know where the crew is right now.
Where are they?
And that would worry you if this was your first city that you had landed in and you lost track of your crew. But man,
Not the first time, okay.
Not the first
yeah.
time.
I can just imagine like Roshona Nightly News. It's like a dwarf was arrested
You
earlier
would know
today.
My
you would
teacher.
know in a like a little bit of knowledge about your crew. Ben Bach hails from Jorha,
so
not
he's
Roshona particularly, but
having a party though.
whatever that means now, if you trust Fenbach to essentially be the tour guide to the rest of your troop, and whatever happens from there,
Whatever
you're almost a
happens
little
in Roshona
glad that they
stays
don't
in
have
Roshona.
access to the airship now.
Yeah, Chris, I'll be right
What
back.
happens in Roshona stays in Roshona.
I'll spend the rest of the night trying to connect with my goddess and linking with my armor.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay for another night.
All right.
pay for another night.
Indeed.
Alrighty.
How am I feeling, Chris? Or...
We'll get to that in a moment.
All right.
Mind you, you also can't pull your tower out because you're staying at the Sentinel Spire.
Yeah, it's 24 hours, so it's probably still there.
It's gonna disappear soon, though.
Soonish, yeah. Just kind of just waiting on. I feel like I'm waiting at the hospital.
Yeah,
Are they
basically being
charging?
held for observation.
Yep.
Crystal comes back with a
With the
with an
results.
obscene tattoo.
Right.
On the face, of course.
It's a tear.
Davari.
Just gets Anavir tattooed on his arm.
Well, first, everyone, you retire for the night. A difficult concept to still get your head around here in Rosona to wake up tonight and go to bed at night. But as you were pointed out by the Duragar clerk, that there are magical clocks to help keep a relative time over the place. You all settle in for the night. Many of you can get your long rest.
Nice.
Savari,
Yes.
Hey, get my spell slot back.
resting in your room. You're about midway through your sleep before toss and turn awake. Can't quite pin it. But there's something just not right. Feel like there's something you feel like, or like a rock in your chest feeling, sinking down to your gut.
Come on. I missed all of that, Chris. My internet blipped.
Oh, good. You kind of wake up, tossing and turning throughout the night. You finally wake up. And something doesn't feel right. You have this feeling like a rock in your chest sinking down to your guts. What's causing you to wake up this first time? Glance around.
Yeah, look around and it's just I kind
Okay.
of sit up like what like
Sitting
do
up
I
and
see anything
looking around.
around?
It's faint. Normally, the room has a relative amount of light. Normally kept low, but there are some gentle blues and purples and greens that help kind of illuminate the space at all times, having no real need for turning the lights on and off. They keep this gentle ambient light throughout all the rooms. And usually that can be chosen to be dimmed at this place when you approach actually sleeping. But your room is dark, and you glance around. The first pass, nothing. Second, but nothing. But you begin to hear a voice in a language you don't recognize. And you instinctually look over to where it is.
Oh fuck!
A corner where once was nothing, you begin to realize and see an amorphous figure. But you can't tell. It doesn't look man or woman. You can't tell gender or beast, but what you can tell is whatever it is, its eyes are locked to you. The source sort of whispers
Shit.
from there. They kind of grow in your voice.
Is my crossbow handy at all?
Imagine, yeah.
Yeah. Can I shoot it? I'm just gonna
Go
like
for it.
reactionarily shoot it.
Go for it.
Shoots, sleeps with crossbow. Whoever does that
14.
sleeps with bagpipes.
Moment.
Man,
You.
Yeah.
I'd rather have my crossbow and not need it.
It's a
Need
small
it, not have
crossbow,
it.
so it 14 will hit. Roll for damage. And this is a normal crossbow, correct?
It's a double shot.
Double
so
shot? Okay.
it's actually
2d6.
twice for 2.
Yeah,
So 6 and
2d6, yeah.
11, so 17 total.
How did you get an 11?
It's not roll to
Because I did-
hit, it's roll the damage.
Yeah, only
fuck.
roll damage. You don't need to roll 2 hits.
Fuck. God
Yeah,
damn this
So 6.
fucking interface.
You probably got a 1 and a 5.
There we go.
No sneak attack.
Oh,
I
it's the
take
same.
it.
It's the same. Well, I got a 5 and a 5. So 10.
10 damage.
Okay,
Go with 10.
that's nice.
Whole ass 10.
Bolts. And
Wait,
they
what's
leave like
12?
holes in the apparition's form as they pass through. It almost looks wounded, kind of hunches over, but its eyes focused on you. The whispering begins to grow louder, intensifies, especially as you attack it in this state.
Shit.
Does a 20 hit
Saren
you?
perceive this at all?
Different rooms, right?
I'm in a different room.
Does a 20 hit you?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
Get another backup
Take
character.
11 points. Take 11 points of necrotic damage from its
Iris is coming in, guys.
cold
Hope
stare,
you're ready for a lancer.
and you lose 2 points off of your strength score.
Crap.
It's a specter.
Alright.
Chris, I'm not sure how the rooms are set up, but would I passively hear this commotion going on?
Yeah, I would say from where you are, you just hear boom boom, the sound of 2 bolts hitting wood.
And I said I was stationed with Anavir, so I will, in the middle of the night, wake up.
I thought
Anavir,
Torn and the cat were together.
Eh.
Oh, the cat's alone.
the cat's alone, yeah.
Cat Torn.
Because they just got a room.
Oh.
What?
I don't know.
What's
I
there?
don't
I
know.
mean, it's
What's
Who's
going
in the-
on?
Who's in the room
well,
next
one
door to
moment
us?
for you
I,
guys.
I don't know. What's happening? What?
One moment.
Waiting.
As you guys like woken up by the commotion, you woke up Anavir as well. You start glancing around. You can hear like the brief commotion of the bolts landing and the grimaces and grunts from perceived injury. And as you begin to get up, faint whispers heard from you, Saren. The foot of your bed. You very quickly snap to the
Oh, what I
shadowy
wanted to
figure
do.
there,
God damn it.
standing, the sockets where eyes would be, staring back down at you. The amorphous creature and just the faintest little bits of whispers.
Did we get a long rest or no?
Nope, not yet.
Did I
This
get a
middle-
short rest?
Sure.
Yes. That makes a huge difference. So I will take my short rest.
Shit. Now I've got to put everything back. I didn't even get a long rest. Been
That's why I
waking
didn't
up.
click it.
I was told I was getting a long rest. God,
You should never expect a long rest.
never expect the unexpected.
I will cast Channel Divinity if I can.
Roy Undead.
Yep,
Alright.
5 minutes.
You clutch at your holy symbol as you see the form standing there at the foot of your bed, the pulse, and with that pulse, it hits the creature, and like a cloud of smoke
Everyone,
scatters it.
So just so that you know, for it, destroy a turn undead, which is the base version. A prayer censoring the undead. Each undead that you can see or that can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw of 17.
Is our
If the
rooms
creature
within
fails
30
it-
feet of each other?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Here's a question. Do I see whatever Saren just did? Or see
You
what-
do. You
Oh.
you saw
Oh,
the
no.
creature, the shadow. It was harder for you to catch with your passive perception, but you did eventually at the very last moments watch it, and then the pulse it swept it away.
I'm like, what the hell was that?
Does the beast
As the pulse
in
kind of carries over, you Savari, you're standing there grunting as you just feel a part of you lost in the stare of this creature as it just tries to bring you with it before it's scattered, it's separated away
how
as
many
well.
pings do I feel?
It was just those two.
I don't feel a ping in Reinhardt and Torrance room or Snyder's room.
Snyder's not there with you.
Yeah, he's somewhere else.
Okay. Do I feel a ping in Reinhardt and Torrance room?
No.
I would expect us all to be in a line. So it's only the people who woke up.
Well,
Yep.
you woke me up, but
Anavia, message the person in the other room. I think it's Savari.
hey,
I'd imagine
Savari, you
I'm-
alright? I heard
I-
banging.
I've been messaged before. Do I know how this works?
Yes. You have messaging stones aboard the vessel.
Oh, right, yeah.
She gets paranoid. Just like, what the fuck?
the
Now
fuck?
it's trying to get in my head.
You're in Anvir's voice now. What the fuck? Yeah, no, there was this thing. I shot it. It didn't seem to take that much damage, or any damage at all.
I look at the orb and I
took
turn the brightness
something
up
out of me.
all the way
Hey, can you
for the
turn
daylight orb in the room.
that? Oh, can you turn that down?
Yeah,
So-
you're instantly like it's like going outside in the middle of the day. Woo!
Ah. So-
You can briefly see from the window outside a few people that we're discussing before kind of wince at the instant sunlight
I
and
close
just
the curtain.
move out of the way.
So I'm
God, I close the curtain.
I'm casting message with my finger out like this. Is like, so are you alright? And then
It took something out of me. I feel a little weak.
Saren,
So-
can you check on her?
No.
I'm gonna sleep some more.
No.
Let me get
You're-
let me get presentable first, please.
Tell Savari to turn on the daylight orb. in her room.
Turn on the daylight orb.
On
Saren
permanent.
says.
And then I will ask and also ask Savari to explain to you what the creature looked like. Chris, do I know what the creature was when I hit it?
I mean, you could tell it was some type of undead, not too dissimilar. It was literally just like the silhouette of some amorphous creature with two burning holes where eye sockets would be on the kind of
Like,
anatomy
does it
of it.
remind me of a specter?
You're not sure. There's some similarities, but it might not be an exact copy.
This is too
Okay.
early for this shit.
Did the arms look like the hands from
You
the
didn't get a
circles?
good look between your. You had only a few seconds before you shunted it out of existence.
Okay.
I
I
relay this
will-
message, I guess.
Yeah, to the best of my ability, I try to recount exactly what I saw before I reactionarily shot a crossbow at it. And I shot a crossbow at an amorphous object. Could very well
Okay.
have been a person.
Well,
I don't care.
And I can see the arrows in the foot of my bed.
Anavir, you can go back to sleep.
Wonderful.
I'm
Gets
keeping
the
the
light-
light on. The light does not come off.
I pull the
You
covers
understand me?
over my head.
Gets the little mask out.
In the bed with you.
Chris, I will cast Guardian of Faith in the middle of the room.
Okay.
Guardian of Faith, a large spectral guardian, appears and hovers for the duration in an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within range. The guardian occupies that space and it's blah, 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 blah. Any creature hostile to you that moves into a space within 10 feet of the guardian for the first time must make a dexterity saving throw or they take 20 radiant damage. This creature, it goes away after 60 damage. And then I will lie back down and try to go back to sleep with no covers
Yes.
on in daylight.
You're the worst. I mumble. You're the worst roommate ever.
I'm the reason you're alive. Shut up.
We were fine.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna try to go back to sleep too.
Got it.
The
Takes a little getting
permanent-
used to with the sunlight now blasting you as if you're trying to sleep in the middle of the day with the sun, with nothing
I'm
between you
gonna
and the sun.
blindfold myself or something.
You all try to get some sleep. Snyder,
Oh boy.
I'm
resting. You're still awake.
Yeah, they're
I
all
s-
guards. I'm a guard too. I'm like an officer, right?
Yeah.
So I'm hanging out with my new bros. Which is what I was
It's-
trying to say, but I didn't want to interrupt you.
Middle of the night still. So you're kind of with the night shift now. Speaking between a few of them. Their night shift is not like a skeleton crew by all means. We're showing us that.
You're in the literal capital of an entire like part of the country. That'd be such a big night shift.
And you're
Roll out the
speaking
kegs.
to one another. And for you, into one
Those
just the dark
mages.
corners, you can see that amorphous flickering form coming into being. Unlike the others, you watch it start to apparate. What seems almost like static, pulling itself together, willing itself into the space in front of you. A conscious choice to be right there as it starts to apparate. These two burning sockets where eyes would be staring at you.
My
The
head just
echoing of whispers in your head.
this again.
You tell
And one of the
Just turning my head. Just
one of the guards who's an
Hey.
ogre just kind of goes, "Oh, wait, what did he say?"
Everything all right in this room, dude? I think I noticed something. I'm trying to make it like
Yeah,
like,
it's like he's like
I'm
in front of
purposely,
you,
like,
you're in
trying
front
to
of
ignore
him,
it.
What?
and it is like behind him. He's like,
Huh? What's up? What?
looks right to me. Are you okay?
All right. Turn around real quick, man. I said a message. Whisper it and like with message. I had quite a day, dude. I had quite a day. My
He's
head was a little bit
slowly
messed
just
with,
like
but just making sure that
It's a very
it's all in my head.
slow turn, and as he catches a sight, he pushes the table initially. This kind of scramble out of his seat before grabbing his scimitar and immediately forming a defensive stance right in front of it, trying to like one arm block you and one hand out with the sword. So,
It's not just
oh,
me. Cool. Do we have sunlight, dude, or something? Or I know this guy like probably doesn't like dark, right? Do I have to roll investigation on that, Chris?
if that's your guess, that's your guess.
That's your guess.
Roll it anyway, just to make it more.
Sunlight. No, I don't. It was a luxury at that place to have portable sunlight.
I hear you, man. It's okay. So this is gonna be interesting, dude.
So
Why
calm.
are you so fucking calm about this?
Yeah,
This is
he's
not
so
the
calm.
worst we've ever. Let's be
I
real.
know.
This is not the worst thing we've ever.
No,
We've
listeners,
woken
no.
up to a giant, like to a fucking, basically the normal enemies in fucking Dead Space. Chris, actually, I really feel like that's what those enemies look like with their
Pretty
with
terrified.
the arms
A
that
little
were in
bit,
the
yeah.
cave. They're basically like the fucking Dead Space
Oh,
ghouls
so
coming
I
after
had
us.
an idea about that, Chris. Why are you so fucking calm? Remember when we were in the deep dark, or not deep dark? Near
You
dark,
guys got a lot of reasons to be
and like
calm
the
about
We have
spider
a
was
lot
like,
of
Yes.
bro, it's all in
reasons.
my head. It's all in my
We
head.
literally had
It's all in my head.
fucking like deformed fucking creatures spiking their way up into to murder us while we sleep.
We've just been desensitized to danger
A random
as a
undead
whole.
specter. We're like, it's an
Like,
undead
we've had our
specter.
cart blow up. It's
True. Yeah, that's true. We did have our
Yeah,
cart
I don't
blown up
like
while we
that.
were asleep.
Also, I'm awake, so it's like
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Just
use my
trying to-
brain here.
yeah. Still trying to keep
Hey,
out. Listen, let's get out here. You can get whatever the hell you need when we're not in the room with that.
Yeah. But try to put my hand on his shoulder, but shoulder is too
Yeah.
high.
It's like kind of batting at.
Just hand on my back.
Let's just get out of here.
Get off of me.
What's happening?
Yeah. What about this Magus, man? Let's try looking for that, man. Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah,
turn
looking
your
for
back
what?
on an
I
evil
believe
demon.
I was able to talk with some mages about my condition. I explained to you.
Yeah. And to your knowledge, like they had come in and done some cursory identification spells, not too dissimilar than what Saren had been trying to perform when it initially happened, taking notes, and like they didn't have any immediate plans. They were going to search a Marble Home Conservatory themselves and report back. Okay, let's just head downstairs for now. Is that fine? Is that good?
Downstairs or something. Yeah, or maybe
Is
even
this
the
like,
Wixon
are
at
you
this
gonna
point.
treat it like a
Jesus.
spider, Snyder, where you don't take your eyes off it as you slowly walk
No,
backwards?
I'm
bumping
pretending
into
it's not
things?
there. I'm pretending it's not there.
You begin to
Feed it energy.
both
It's a
move
comic
out
strip.
of the chamber
I'm gonna
as you do the
pretend
whispering from the creature. That source of sound from it
You
begins
hear
to
that,
grow
bud?
louder.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
I don't. There's a lot of reasons why I don't like it. But that's just one of them.
All right. Yeah. Keep hold of me, man. Keep
The
hold
orc
of me.
is
Yep.
freaking out. And
Keep holding
he's like,
me.
what's wrong? What's wrong? I don't see it. What are you talking about?
He does. He
Begins to
sees it, but doesn't hear
yeah
it.
move away.
Way
Whispering
too
growing louder at
calm.
this point, and you're trying to remain calm, but then the very edges of your vision begin to blur. That familiar onset pressing against your head.
Oh,
A
Here we
similar
go,
headache.
man.
I need you to roll a
no.
wisdom saving throw.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
he's fucked.
Can we in spirit help?
Nope, I'm asleep.
And then Torin barges in the door to grapple him again.
Just like,
kicks the
So-
door down.
I am
Fucking
here.
like fucking Cusco. Boom, baby.
Beware
How
the
shit is it?
groove.
All right. Well, here we go again. But make sure you. Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh,
That's an
no.
18. What does that get me?
Oh, okay.
18 won't cut it.
Don't know.
Oh
Pounding
no.
head against too much, you begin to lose your senses to this familiar sensation again as you kind of just, unlike the others who instantaneously destroyed it, you kind of let it permeate and you just let it fester. The last thing you hear is the clattering of the sword as the orc lets it go as well.
Oh no.
Oh, that's
shit.
not good.
Ooh.
The rest of you wake up,
Long rest.
finishing a long rest.
Fireball.
And Torn just instinctively fireballs in Snyder's general direction.
In his sleep, just like through the roof, just goes fucking artillery round.
Sorry, he dreams spells.
As he said, he's a
That's a
born and raised
reaction.
arty player.
I like the new world fireball.
Has to be in the
I should
character.
have got
When I
Eldritch
wake
Spear so I
up-
can get longer range Eldritch Blasts. Then I'll be
When-
actual arty.
When I wake
God.
up, I definitely like come more to my sense about what the fuck happened and kind of try and make some connections. And if it,
What do you want now?
you don't have the ability to message anyone long distances, do you?
I mean, I got sending, but like message is like 120 feet.
No, I meant sending. Can you cast a message to? Can you send a message to Snyder? Because he's not in there. I'm gonna go talk with Reinhardt and Torin and update them and get Savari up.
Do you just want me to just check in on him?
Yes, check in on him, make sure
Okay.
everything's okay.
Okay.
I hear a knock at your door.
I send you a
It's
message,
Savari
Chris.
asking if you guys are already up.
Okay.
That's okay.
And I'll open the door.
Okay.
Savari, I need a moment. Please go get Reinhardt and Torin and bring them to our room. I need to connect with my god this morning. So I take a moment
go do
and
that.
manage my spells.
Where's Will? We lost Will, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, we did.
We lost Will! No! Okay.
Our
Will
damage!
fell down the well.
Our tank.
broken.
Oh, and my guardian of fate, he definitely opens the door and sees a giant, like, just like in armored with a giant. What I always picture like for the Moonweaver, a giant guardian, like a giant armored, full plate armor, about 10 feet tall, literally like just shy of the ceiling, with a giant bar about yay big of a staff that
My hero.
goes to kind of like, it's a giant scythe kind of thing, but the scythe is like a giant crescent moon, and it's just there. And he just stands there, and right as I wake up, it just right as I wake up, it it lasts a little bit longer. Actually, it'll stay awake. You see a giant purple armored being standing there with a full plate helmet with a giant fucking scythe looking thing. As I just sit there and go like this.
I'm under
Just
bed
go
like
and think
Harbinger.
like this as I calculate my spells for the day.
Harbinger, are you doing okay? Saren is bothering me to check in on you. Let me know ASAP.
I guess we're gonna find out in a second. If
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice message.
You might as well.
He's dead!
we were trying to catch you by your car's extended
Roll,
warranty.
Stand your
connects.
ground.
roll a
It's
wisdom
just
saving
voicemail.
throw.
Wisdom saving. Fuck.
I have a funny feeling that's not gonna make a lot of difference. Yeah, I
do
rolled a
as
2.
well. Oh!
The spell connects, but no reply is given.
I am out.
That's a bit concerning.
You made him roll.
He left you on red.
Am I a different plane?
I'm gonna say like 5 minutes in, like after not hearing anything, I let Sarah know, hey, so I haven't heard him say anything for 5 minutes, so I am kind of curious if he's still asleep or something. But
Sending wake someone up.
would it?
You actually wouldn't send that many messages, so you probably wouldn't be familiar with waking someone up with sending. Anavir?
Well, I wouldn't know.
Get
What do I freaking blow a?
Savari?
Do I blow a freaking air
No.
horn in the sending?
Anavir, get Reinhardt, Torin, Savari, and Snyder. Go find Snyder.
Fine!
I'll be there in a minute.
Get my pants out and shit, and start fucking slamming through a door, getting everybody.
I'm gonna finish up with my spells in just a second. But
yeah, for the sake of brevity, you would all.
I would cast Commune while they're getting dressed and everything, because it takes a little bit to put on armor and everything.
Yeah.
Commune, my questions are: was the being I saw last night connected to the pits?
You receive confirmation.
Would deafness help avoid the calling?
Negative. It would not.
Okay. And then if we destroy all the hands, will that make it so that they don't send the specters after us?
You receive an unsure answer from the Moonweaver.
So the Moonweaver does not know if getting rid of all of the hands would make it so they can't send specters after us. Okay. Got it.
Alright,
As
sir.
the commune, everyone dons their armor and prepares to rush out from the reflections of grace and towards the Sentinel Spire. You kind of have to push your way through at a brisk pace, pushing through the entirety of Rashona and out towards the very edge of the city to the Coronas and to the Sentinel Spire. It's there you kind of push in and enter in. You can see that quickly from first glance that there is some level of commotion already within the center here. You see there is additional guards, some of which more tired than others, seeming night shift blended into the day shift, and just increasing the amount of people that are aware and present of the issue. A few with weapons drawn that initially kind of shocked at your arrival, but kind of relaxed as they see that you aren't some type of abomination or whatever they might be expecting.
What's
You
up?
see
Why are you all prepared?
Well, you see the Dust Captain, who's currently in the middle of flipping through some pages and discussing with two robed individuals, scholarly in appearance. And you can see just now, as you kind of have to pick apart the scene, farther back, you see Snyder being held arm in arm by two of the guards in the back. And you can see there's this, he looks tired, somewhat disheveled, but held by two guards from the night shift.
What's going on here?
The ogre anywhere here to be seen as well?
Oh, the orc?
Yeah, the orc.
Is there just like a
orc.
very bad dead body on the ground?
There's no corpse.
I go straight to the night captain. What's the situation here? Why is our member being held?
Now it's a Dust Captain again. I've just been briefed about it as well. I know playing cards. It was just your friend here and another member of the staff. The one of the guards. All I was told from the guards out front was that there was a small commotion upstairs, generally at the table, and by the time they were rushing up to see him, gesturing back to Snyder, and the guard at the time were making their way, rushing out the door. My men figured to grab your friend, stop him from rushing out the door, but they did not have time to stop my guard.
They ran outside the door.
attempted to rush out. From what I've been told, he rushed down to the Ghostlands.
Well, that answers my question. Okay. Well, sir, if you are wondering, this has now become a bigger problem. From my connection and my information, a creature was sent to some of us, myself included, from the
Well,
pits that we went to get rid of. And they have sent something to call us here. Do you have any mages here?
He does sweep a hand across the two individuals here. The two practitioner mages turn and do give a nod. They, even for elves, do appear on the younger side of this. One of them barely fits into the robes that they wear, and the other one appears slightly more scholarly. Both
Okay.
drow.
I'll go up to both of them. You two. Your mages here?
We speaking, yes, we are just from the Marble Tomes.
Okay, I'll make this very easy, very quick. Do either of you have dispel magic?
The older one gives a nod, in a manner of speaking.
I need you to do it to my friend over there. That will break the enchantment, but you have to aim pretty high. We're talking about 8th or 9th level abilities that are in holding him in trance. We'll need him. You, younger one, about what level of your arcanery do you have?
You're looking at an individual who is just basically, when you start throwing out the capacity of spell, is just like, wait, yeah.
Oh, a level 1 character.
They thought
Right.
they were going in for like a
Like,
simple, like, oh, these people have been charmed, and you're like 8th or 9th level. Like, oh.
woo!
Fuck
That's a
yeah.
big number.
What's your
They're
magical
just like
ability?
wide eye looking at you.
About
This is well over my pay grade.
what is the highest level spell you can cast?
2nd level.
Oh dear God. Okay.
Poor thing.
I need you. Chris, I forget. Does guidance work with dispel magic?
No, it's a spellcasting ability.
Okay. Oh,
Second level, that sweet
that's
summer
like
child.
fine. Okay.
Sweet,
Here. Do you have protection from good and evil?
sweet poor child.
You're wondering if that's a wizard spell. I can't answer that question because I don't know.
Sarah, not everyone you meet's a cleric.
I'm fully
True.
aware, Torn. I'm just checking if the younger one can be helpful.
may need
No offense to the kid, but no, he can't.
you
Yeah,
may
I know.
need the Chris, would I know of, like, would it be common knowledge to be like mages, and then there's archmages?
No, I'm not like none of us are archmages, dude.
Or, like, the
Archmages are
grand
like
mage.
Yeah, I mean, to your best understanding as someone detached from the magical hierarchy of Dwendalian Empire, or whatever the fuck they have here in the dynasty, there is like it, especially I fucking keep forgetting the name of the continent you're from.
starts with an M.
Marquise?
Marquette.
Marquez.
No, Marquette's the name of the city.
Um,
Taldor?
It's where Marquette is.
Oh.
Berlin?
Anchorel, so
Ankarel, yeah.
yes, Ferry and Reunion.
Like I said,
Marquette.
Marquette.
I have just
Or
looked up.
cats.
No, we're weird. It is, yeah. Marquette is the name of the continent. Yeah.
That's what I thought. It's Marquette.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez, you're fucking giving me shit.
No,
Just
I
the name of the city, Nathan. Yeah, fucking Connor.
Sure, my head.
thinking of Ankarel. Anyways,
That's the
Ankarel is
capital.
In Marquette, magical practitioners, it's like a trade. So you have apprentices, novices, journeymen, and the masters are archmages.
So he would be an apprentice. Worth
This
his
person
weight
would be
in nothing.
novice. I mean,
Oh,
they're
he'd be a novice?
like
Oh,
a sec,
he's
like
worthless.
the capacity of casting 1 second level spell for a magical practitioner.
Oh, he can only cast 1 second level spell.
yeah,
Oh,
that's level one
he's
character.
worthless to me.
Novice.
Okay. I will
Essentially being like you're
He's
a
on
novice
chat.
carpenter and you've just come in here and like, yeah, the foundation's off and the wall's about to collapse. And
So
you're like,
basically, he's on chapter 2.
yeah,
Well, does he have protection from good and evil?
they do nod.
Okay. I need
Confirmation.
you
Yeah.
to cast that spell on my compatriot for me. Thank you.
They quickly stand up and are just beeline.
And I'm
Trying
like,
to-
what?
It's somewhere between frighteningly nervous and trying to take in the gravity of this, and also trying to look good between a dusk captain, whoever the hell you guys are,
Yeah, I was
and
like,
his
I just
teacher.
walked up to him and his teacher and said, I need you to help me with an 8th or 9th level spell
Yeah.
breakage. What the fuck?
I can't even be near the double digits.
It's legitimately like a brand new electrician just walked up and was like, okay, I need you to unplug the circuit breaker for the whole
How
city.
familiar are you with nuclear power?
Right? I'm just learning how to do
Unplug that
+2 +2.
Go unplug that flashlight.
Talking like someone who like
That's so
You can,
funny.
like,
Come on, Tyler, you can do it.
Hand.
We need
Come on,
to
Tyler.
You can do it,
that
Tyler.
jet engine.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
bring back Tyler.
Asking the high school automotive.
How many
student to
animals do you have in
reiterate
your
that truck
house, and Viking? I've
Many.
seen 3 different kinds of
Dog,
animals just
cat.
run past you.
And
Two
that's
dogs, right?
That's the same. No,
Dogs
that's
and
just
a
one
cat,
dog.
right?
You watch as
It's just crazy.
the
She
other
crazy.
Those two
mage
cats.
takes out spell book in hand, opens it, in a sweeping motion, levitates the spell book in front of them, looking towards your ally before kind of focusing in on a spell. You watch as it's kind of geometric patterns form in the opening of the book. For those of you that are, it is vaguely dunamantic in the way it's being presented and formed before a concentrated beam from his hand shoots out and hits your ally. It takes a few seconds, 10, 11, 12, before there's a definite shattering, as if not like glass, but just a very brick sound as the spell or whatever with your ally finally gives way to the mage's dispel magic. And with that a gesture and closes the book as levitates for catching it.
Okay. Did the
So you
kid
were-
cast protection from good and evil
did.
before that worked? So protection from good and evil did not work.
No.
Okay, that answered my question. Wonderful. That's all I wanted. I wanted the kid to go before that dispel magic went. So that's perfect. And I'll pat the kid on the back. Thank you. You answered a lot of questions and saved me a lot of spell slots.
That confusion is just like mounting, and they have to take like the same bench that Snyder originally sat at, and they just sit there
Just like, man, I need a therapy session.
and try and clock the last minute and a half that happened.
I'll go up to the older mage. Happily, your apprentice was able to answer some more questions for me. Your spell,
up as well.
your spell is very different from dispel magic. Does it?
It is similar enough in practice.
Okay. Chris, I'm basically asking, like, does he
It
have
was-
to roll? He has to roll a d20 still.
Yeah, he did the same thing, but in flavor wise, it was a continuous beam instead of because essentially
Got it.
casted it 3 times. Rapid fire.
Oh,
Rapid
oh,
session.
were you able to discern around what level yours broke it at? Because I couldn't discern between 8th and 9th.
No, not as accurate in that way, unfortunately.
No worries. Okay. Well,
Snyder, as that, by the way, as you come out of that, you're kind of momentarily in a daze as your mind very quickly takes back its space and everything clicks and makes sense again. That feeling of mass relief hits you. and then a
What
feeling of
happened?
incredible drowsiness as you have essentially been in this state for hours.
Oh, and you didn't get sleep. Oh, that sucks.
And
What am I
wherever
looking like,
that
Chris?
that orc was, it's just you
Yeah.
don't see him in the room.
All right.
Mage, do you happen to have any items that would help protect,
I'm gonna go
fortify
over to Snyder
one's
and like
one's perception
make sure he's
abilities?
okay.
Or anything that might help us in trying to
Saren,
get rid of whatever this
Saren,
was. What?
1 second.
Okay.
What's your name, Mage?
Good question. Good question.
To the dark elf name generator. Boo doo 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 doo.
I've been
And
prepared.
his... My name Jet.
I just feel like it's impolite to just call him Mage.
Right.
Yeah, Mage is a
Reaches out a
title.
hand for you, Torin. Sadar.
Sidar.
All right.
I'll
Now,
shake
Saren,
Sidar's hands.
ask him.
Yes, thank you. I'll shake Sidar.
Thank y'all.
Mage is also a title, so it's not like disrespectful. It's being like doctor.
It's,
not like
it's kind of like going, teacher.
Yeah, but it's also like, hey, doctor.
Hey,
if you
blubber.
want someone to... It's not like that. It's not rude.
What's my condition, Doc?
Whatever.
It's all in tone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
What's the
"Excuse
problem,
me,
mage?"
I'm not like mage. Go get me water, mage.
Mage.
Sadar.
It's like me calling Anavir Bard. It's not a
Does the academy have any items that might help us in?
Marble Tome
derogatory
Conservatory.
term.
No, unfortunately, the Marble Tome does not. Anything of this caliber has been given to Aurora's Watch on the front line.
That makes sense.
Perhaps
Understandable.
the Luxon, might I add?
He shifts his gaze over to you in a very quick snap over. What of Luxon do you know?
I have a funny feeling it's someone could help out with this kind of thing.
There's a very perplexed look,
If
but not
anything,
one
I
of
think they
only
should
confusion.
know.
But he's very clear, snapping pieces together in his head.
This was quite the event, and we were in quite the area as well. Didn't appreciate that, and I think if there is a chance that other people of Rasona could be affected, I would think. Are they called a clergy in here? I don't know. I think they should be well notified.
I'll inform those at the Shadow Spire.
With that,
And the guard captain at the time. And I will ensure that no one from the Coronas heads out to the valley at the moment. We seem to know that if you stay at least 1,000 feet back, that you seem to be in a relative safe zone.
yes, but if you've ever heard its whispers before, it'll search for you in the night and try and call you back. Which means we need to go and get rid of it.
The maid, actually,
Yeah, the mage. God, Chris, he has a
Bill.
fucking name.
anyways, the mage.
the
Freaking
man, the Mandalorian.
He
coming
gives like
from
a thinking moment as trying to clocks it all. How have you thought about that not as a effect on the ground itself, but is it a creature you were dealing with?
Well, what we were dealing with was black circles that were invisible to those without sight of the
I've seen
invisible.
the
Yeah.
report from what you had said when I first arrived.
You mean a creature created them? And if we take
Yes,
out the larger creature?
that's what I'm thinking. It's
We didn't see anything in the area, and I'm.
think of it more as a hunting ground. A trap. You've seen
Do you think that we're still within its range, or at least for those of us who have
I think
quite
that by
experience?
falling into its trap once, you have been
Wait,
Marked in some way.
denoted. I'm
like if a spider's thread stayed with you after it stayed with a bug after it was able to escape its web.
We're talking about a hunter of ancient caliber. I don't see why not. Something. He kind of gives a thought again. Have you ever seen a fish that out in front of it has a light it conjures in
Yes.
front? Think of it like that.
I could make a fucking random name right now because angler fishes don't technically exist in this world. I will call it. Yes,
Light
the
bulb.
the light fisherman.
The lantern fish.
Lantern
Lantern
fish.
fish.
Lantern fish, a light fisherman.
Think of it as a lantern fish then.
It's
If
almost like an
it's-
angler.
I've
Say
never
anything.
heard
The
of
hell is that?
I can't say anything. We call it the House of Books. Remember? We are not. We're not
House
here to
of
poke.
Books. I do love our nicknames. It never gets old. Yes.
Creatures are known to taint the land that they reside in. If it's just hunting has laid a trap for things that come in and it reaps the reward of its own trap. Your spells, your writings have denoted that uh, simply targeting the trap itself does not remove it, simply because the source is
That
not
would make
there.
sense. And now where's the greater, larger creature? Because makes no sense other than, I mean, if your man's not too dead. And I mean that in the nicest terms.
Saren,
If he's not too dead, let me finish. I could bring him back tomorrow. If he's not too dead.
Then I captain. You would have to find where he wandered first, but I
I know exactly where he wandered.
exactly where
Yeah.
he be.
Because even if he is dead, all life is drained from his body, I could still bring him back. It cost me some money, but it'd be.
We would gladly foot the bill for.
I was about to say I have no problem spending it, but thank you for that as well. That yes, didn't want to sound too heartless in my very much statement. So I could. So we just need to find the beast. And deal with it. Happily, I did prepare for some spells to fight things that don't like darkness. Any drought will probably not want to be near us. I will ask Sada. And I lean a little close in like gesture.
He comes in closer.
Um, this is Chris. This is just for my own question, like not in game. Lucy would be part of the their thing, right? Their like mage thing, not like she wouldn't be more like part of like an assassin's thing or something like that. She'd be more of a mage, right? Or
So what you know of Luke, you see, yeah.
okay, I lean over. Could we request the aid of Lucy from Den Thalen? And I lean in because I don't know if we're not supposed to know her name, but you know.
she's
gives
We
like
a very
still have our.
Kind of arrived with her on the airship.
We
gives
still
her a
have
You
our
perplexed
definitely
look.
didn't hear me. Torin, if you couldn't hear the goddamn whispers, you definitely didn't hear me talk quietly.
Lucy,
Although it is Nathan. Nathan, you could hear talking
I
quietly.
don't-
but I don't
Nathan.
talk quietly.
Torn has a
concerning
perception of 9. He didn't hear
Lucy
shit.
Thalen.
13, so I didn't
I
hear
will
shit.
ask around.
I need some rest. I have something in my arsenal. Maybe I
But
just
yeah,
just
if
hang
you're
around.
able to just have
Hang
her
around.
join us, we'll try and see what we can find. Um, gotta have the hiccups now. I'll go over to Snyder, do you feel like you're well enough to fight something or no?
No, I don't have a right spell prepared for this.
Wizards have to have spells prepared. I thought you could just access any spell. That is Nathan asking.
No,
He
you
has
have
a
to have a
spell
prepared
book, and
spell.
he can cycle it in and out of his note.
Okay.
I can do it every.
He also
is it
doesn't look.
every
He has
long
that.
rest or every
He
short
also
rest?
doesn't look. He has a good night's
Every
rest.
long rest, I believe it's every long rest. You can
Long
take
rest.
spells out of what you've memorized for the day and plug
Okay,
it.
so he's like me. Got it. Okay.
It's like a chef prepares a menu for the
No,
day.
no, no. I'm aware. I just forgot that. I always forget if wizards have to prepare spells or they just can use any of their spells.
They're the they get the best of both worlds.
Okay.
Ritual
Because
spells
they
without
are
having to
magic.
have them prepared.
It's almost like
Yeah.
the main spellcaster of D&D.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Alrighty.
Are you a crab when you started crying?
Because I'm gonna
he'd
turn
need
into a
full
crab
8
next time.
hours of rest, wouldn't he? Snyder would
Don't
need a full
push your
8
luck.
hours of rest, right?
I'll ask for someone. And the mage kind of gets up and makes way out.
Bit of a yell. We'll wait on it for a minute, I guess.
The guard kind of crosses his arms. If you need to rest, you can use here.
I did.
If we're gonna rest, we should all stick together.
All of you can be together, and if something was to happen again, now we know. Kill it,
All right.
and if you start running, we at least have the means to stop it all.
I
I'm
ask
asleep.
everybody, do we want to wait for Snyder to get rest, or do we want to go now?
You can wait for a rest, and in the meantime, the mage will come back with someone, hopefully.
Hopefully. I will go do research then. If we're gonna wait.
I'll
Is everyone
come
okay with
with
that?
you.
Torin?
Oh, Snyder, you should rest.
Snyder,
am
you are
gonna-
sleeping.
I am
I
gonna
can
stay
sleep
with
where I
Snyder.
need to.
Snyder, you are sleeping. If you get up, Torin will be within an inch of your life.
Okay, that's not the first time. But I will come and I'll sleep while you do research in
You will sleep
vicinity of
here.
everyone.
You will sleep here.
I look at one of the
Okay.
guards and I'm like, you guys have anything like heavy you can carry? I'd carry it.
What?
Are you trying to work
And
out right
one
now?
of the guards who's is just. Excuse me, what the
Wait.
fuck does that mean?
Anavir, here, carry
Got-
my pack.
It's not even heavy. It's not even heavy. What are you talking? I need to carry.
It's heavy.
I need to carry something heavy. You guys have anything heavy that I can carry, for at least the time being?
190
train
Roll a
pounds.
me?
persuasion check.
190
He's trying to work out.
pounds.
Yeah, I know, but
I walk with the mage, and I just kind of like turn him and just ignore him. Just ignore him. Let's go to the books. We're going to your house of books. The books. Don't come here.
Persuasion check, you say? That is a 23.
one of they're all kind of like looking at each other, confused. The guards, some of them are very varied levels of exhaustion. You see one of the night crew kind of looking around. Everyone else looking in confusion. He's just like, yeah, sure, take this, and he unloads his pack off his shoulder and whoo, and just hooks it over to you. It
200-pound
it is loaded with all sorts of supplies. It was likely that he was maybe running around outside searching for the missing guard and had everything he would need for such an expedition shortly into the Ghostlands. It weighs 150 pounds,
Oh,
so take that as you will.
Yep.
you took a Viking. You're holding a Viking.
Yes. I'm carrying
A
myself.
whole Viking.
And that guard just lets a sigh of relief, back hits the back wall and just slides down.
Feel better?
Very. Thank you very much. Just don't go I go too far outside the city with that.
I won't.
Everyone else?
I don't think I
People
can.
in my
Ranger
pack?
still has his pack on. It's
No,
really-
this is
I-
fine.
It seems the rest of them maybe have a little bit more care for their issued gear and aren't just gonna throw it at someone. But this guy's he's out
He's
like,
like,
a light.
go ahead.
Like this guy.
I will go research the evil hands and ways to stop them.
We're coming with you. It's not the first time I fell asleep in a library.
Or I'll
Either
also look
get
up
your
the-
ass
It's-
back to bed.
That's what I tried to do the last time, but it didn't work out for me in this room.
Yeah,
did it?
I'm here today. Get your ass to sleep.
Yeah,
Tor-
I'm not letting
Torn babysitting.
Snyder go anywhere.
Yeah, he can't be put to sleep magically, sadly.
Put me
I don't
down.
need
Even
to
though I
imagine.
succeeded
I
once.
cast fist.
Physically, if you know it.
Yes, Torn
I could
cast
just-
fist.
Wait,
Torn is a
borrow the
babysitter
carpet?
with a fireball just ready in your hands. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Abraca
Also,
punch!
wizard cast fist.
Monks
start
or
to head
wizards
towards the-
just with their fists.
You start to head
It's
towards
just
the
in
Marble
Bigby's
Town
hand.
Observatory, all the way back at the firmament. You start to approach, and the wizard speaks with whoever else is with him at the moment. Snyder, unless the other various team members are okay with you slipping away, because it seems several of them are willing to stay behind to keep you.
I think I should be there though, because it's a wizard thing.
You're barely making comparable sentences. Go to sleep.
I know.
Go sleep, go sleep, go sleep, go sleep.
just
Can we
strangles
move
him.
on
Biggest
her
push you
carpet?
have, Snyder.
I could just cast sleep again and he'll
He
fall asleep on his
can't.
eggs. I know.
Can't be
That was so
asleep.
funny.
They
about that, then.
kind of approach
Okay.
just you, because everyone else seems to have
Yep.
agreed
Everyone
that
else is making sure Snyder goes to sleep.
Alright,
he goes over.
puts the cape.
I
on.
don't know if they will allow you in, but we will see. As you kind of approach the Marble Tome Conservatory, there is definitely an air as you approach the Marble Tome Conservatory, and it's a grand entrance. We're talking an entrance that could easily service as the entryway into the city itself. A massive gate leading into just this decadent courtyard, so finely manicured and so spacious. You're surprised to see it in the middle of a city. Roll a quick perception check.
I will.
Harbinger statement.
2 and 16 for 29.
Okay. With that, you're right to assume this is fairly big to be in the center of a city, and you're very briefly catching on the elements of some type of dunamantic shift in this area to almost make what seems like a grander space grander and
It's not as big as it looks.
well, no, almost like expanding this inner space. It's a very refined and elegant spell. That's essentially almost Hogwarts. This shit, you go in and it's bigger on the inside than
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, here on the inside.
But it's not like an inside outside go through a door. This is grand, and you can see the inside, and there's this very faint like sensation crossing the threshold into the spell area. And as you enter in, you can see there's a few scholars moving around in similar dress, that clean-cut angular style, kind of dragging the edges of their long robes along the ground, moving various which ways and that. Large, diverse amount of individuals, whereas when you had briefly seen the Solstice Academy, it was predominantly human and elf. You're seeing just like a cacophony of individuals. Many races might not assume would normally be associated with spell casting. You see a couple minotaurs, and you can hear the footsteps of an ogre mage barreling through hallways, and briefly see essence of them. There is, you do catch a few humans as well. strange sight or so, but definitely not too abnormal from what you're gathering.
The humans. Oh my gosh! They're in the summer.
As you approach, it seems some senior members in much finer robes than the rest, wearing almost like these kind of higher up collars, do pivot over and move. One of them approaches. I'm dreadfully sorry, but only students of the Marble Tomes can present. We are in the midst of preparing for something.
Does the mage on with say anything?
I mean, at this point, let me roll persuasion for him. He kind of starts. No, don't worry. He's with me. We're just here to do brief bit of research on a pressing matter. And he's like, I'm sorry, but that pressing matter can be researched by a member of faculty alone, being you, and an assistant should you need. We don't need everyone wandering through.
Alrighty, then just give me the books required. I'm on business from your head knight captain.
Dusk.
Dusk captain.
He's the you. Well, yeah.
I would know that. I don't know. Nathan.
He was the dusk captain, but he was the night shift dusk captain.
The fuck?
He's also a knight, probably.
I only know him as the dusk captain. So I don't know the fucking structure here. I'm on a assignment from your dusk captain. Something attacked and took one of the gods. I'm doing research to find out what it was and how to kill it.
Our faculty will do the best to pick the books for you. You can just wait outside for a little bit or here in the courtyard.
I will wait right here for the books.
Okay. And the guy who looks over is like, well, that was my best shot, but they are stalwart bunch. He rolled an 11.
I lean to him. No offense to you, but some mages can be right cunts.
What the hell?
Things don't change.
No, they don't change in the Menagerie Coast. They don't change in the Dalian Empire. They certainly aren't going to change in Persona. I keep meeting them everywhere. There's a reason I follow religion and not books. And I said that fully knowing what I just said.
Many of them confused because
people would hear me and like, what?
Yeah,
Well, I think go see what they're up
religion
to,
and not books.
Hopefully, your presence will help them out.
Never mind.
Trust us, we tried to put him in therapy. It didn't work.
I know exactly what I just said. I just made a mage who follows the Lux and go, what? I don't know how to respond to that statement.
Does not compute.
Because these are all super religious Luxon mages, so they're like, wait, but hold on, what?
Wait, we are religious.
Magic is our religion. Books are our religion. What?
Okay, your intelligence modifier makes sense.
That said, right. They'll be busy grabbing the books and anything that might be of use. Those of you still at the Sentinel Spire can hear a few footsteps along the door. Cracking open, you first catch like the shining of metal appearing on the other side. And then just like the bulk of moving silvered metal and a black furred minotaur stepped in, Sunbreaker Olamon.
I was like, the Dawn Captain. Would it be the Dawn Captain? Or is there only a Dusk Captain?
Dusk is the title here.
Title, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dawn doesn't make any sense, but they wouldn't like it anyways.
What's the shittiest role?
Yeah.
I'm the Dawn Private.
Their names are like Dusk Captain, Aurora's Watch, Sunbreaker.
Sunbreaker.
They're all very focused on
Anti-sun, yes.
the lunar cycles and
Weird.
solar elements.
Stepping in,
the sun.
Minotaur Sunbreaker Olamon. The Minotaur kind of glances around, sees everyone. Like, okay, everyone disperse. No need to crowd. Looks to those of you available. I hope you don't mind, but I've taken upon myself to be your innate city ward. I'm here to supervise in a way. And I heard while taking bounties things got complicated and that you were looking for an ally, so
Um,
Oh,
Get Sunbreaker to help us.
Chris, do I have the intelligence and yeah, I would know
you
what's
fucking
going
don't.
on. Um, does are Sunbreaker, are you brought up to speed with what has happened? What has been happening?
you go. Yes.
I don't trust that. I'm not there.
Grab
Oh,
reach
that's
over,
good.
grabs the logbook. I will be.
I will be.
Yes.
Oh,
He
boy.
grabs my book, begins to read. Did you study for the test? Yes, I did.
Proceeds to study for the test.
Proceeds
Takes his
to put the
little
answers.
glasses out.
He
Oh,
probably
I love
literally
this
took his
guy.
glasses out.
You
I'm just in the
have
corner.
to,
Like,
yeah. Takes him out.
Wait, please tell me he has a giant axe, right?
Um,
Please tell me he's like some like barbarian style like
Was it an axe or a mace?
warmongering like murdered minotaur, and he just goes.
The cleric.
It's just tiny glasses
no,
on a giant man.
he has a great sword, a silver great sword.
oh,
Yeah,
nice.
that's good
Probably
enough.
brother has one.
That's good enough.
It's yellow though, so
Settles
Re-
down onto the same a bench as everyone else seems to be sitting on, taking out the logbook.
The bench.
the bench.
A little bit, because he's a minotaur wearing full plates. Like
Plated
usually
armor.
when you see the bigger races, they're well protected enough, and they usually wear bits of armor over certain parts. This is full silver armor
Hey,
as he sits
Hmm.
down,
we
little
match.
glasses on his nose. Okay.
Oh, your armor's
Did
better than my
did he
brother's.
by any chance glance at me when I'm holding like some soldier's gear?
You did notice Blue Riot behind
Yeah.
the
You also have to remember he got a report that one of his men abandoned post
Yeah,
and
that's a bit
ran out
concerning.
of the city, and a demon or something attacked someone. So you don't really
Yeah,
care.
it's quite concerning what's going
you holding some dude's gear and that dude being like 10 feet away, passed out against the wall, isn't?
on. He's not getting paid for what he's doing.
Well, that's right. Isn't Sunbreaker his boss and he's sleeping
Oh,
on the
yeah.
job?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, it's also like 6 hours past end of shift for him. So he should
kind
be.
of glance
Watch me.
as he starts reading, finishes the glass. He's like, "Let me tell you, minotaurs are not good for reading."
Oh my god.
Can I just give him
It's
the
too
Give
many
you the
words.
abridged version.
Can I just give him the Cliff Notes secondhand of what happened? Since
Yeah.
So
And
funny.
he's like,
Torn's good
follow
with this.
along with it.
He's like, oh god, I hate reading.
I've been, in my last life, I was a goblin, and it was so much nicer. This aspect, not so much fighting, but the reading did feel much better. Being able to hold the book down. And go on.
Just mage hand the for you.
Doesn't make it much. He kind of has to lift it because like
Sleeping. How
This
can
doesn't
we
make it
chant?
easier.
Just
lift
like
his head up to
zoning
read
in
it.
and out. Just like yeah.
wait, does
But you
Snyder talk?
manage.
What?
Yeah.
Snyder talked,
You're
right?
supposed to be sleeping.
I just snap over and look at him. Go to sleep.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm fading
to
in and
sleep.
out, man.
Rest is good.
You've been told by
Listen to me.
Sunbreaker.
I'm almost an Umavi here.
Okay.
Ancient lives upon lives of wisdom.
Watch out
Sleep
for
is
that
good
book. It's
for
about
you.
to fall.
What do you mean?
Just falls on the ground. Fuck.
There was a brief moment where you kind of watch him twist his hand and move in a flick, and you watch his book where he catches it. Book level. Anyways, yes, just Cliff Notes, much preferable. And you managed to give him the
Yeah, we fill
recap.
him
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Story
Without-
recap here.
Like the ultimate mini recap of all
Specific
time.
mention of the amorphous
link him
things.
to the VOD for this video.
For sure. No, there
Oh,
isn't.
no, wait, now I have to picture him like looking at a tiny phone.
It's funny. I basically got the cliff notes from Nathan and Stormer, and then I'm giving the cliff notes of my cliff notes to him.
It's a game of telephone.
Essentially.
So a hand is gonna grab you and tries to pull you into the door.
And then when we come back,
Yeah,
we got
but
attacked by a bunch of ghosts.
Whispers.
Yes.
And then one of your guards got possessed by a ghost, supposedly, and ran off.
The worst
And here we are.
information.
And here we are.
With that said, though,
Yeah.
Saren waits to gather his knowledge of Marbletone's conservatory. Does you relink with Sunbreaker Olaman and, well, sorry, rest, prepare and discuss for the coming return to the valley. And with that, we'll end the session here.
Beautiful. That was good.
So when we fireballed it, we see it did some damage, but not
Yeah.
all that much.
took out a lot of hands.
Earth
In
tremor
essence, you're
showed
gathering
evidence.
the creature, whatever here, probably not overwhelmed. Well, at least these small fractal beings aren't incredibly powerful on their own, but countered a few of them now.
I have. Well, I'm as Harbinger.